We are live. Sorry, bit of a delay, had to deal with a phone call. But now we should be good to play. Gonna be on for a few hours. We are now on Wild Zone 7. I know we were on... I think we just got into 6 last stream. Did some off-stream, relatively quick. You know what, I'm not gonna say what we got. You have to watch the video. Which should be out, like... What, Friday? If I finish it by Sunday... probably a Monday release, maybe Wednesday. We'll have a look. But like the zone ones aren't like a weekly schedule, so to say. It's more when I can finish doing the zone and catching and editing everything. So it might be quick some week, might be longer another week. Like I'm expecting like 16 probably won't be that hard with some luck, but 17 is where I worry. 18 will be okay. 19 could go really bad. Like, we could be stuck in 19 for a few days. Oh? Wait. What is shine? Oh, are you joking? Is it the bird? Oh, come on. I want something in the zone. Well, guess we'll just clip that up. Wait, what? No, there's another shiny. Oh no, the bird failed to catch! With an Ultra Ball! What? Come on. Okay. That was weird. Move for 112 parallels and still no shiny. That sucks. I'm good, thank you. How are you? That is Zone 7, Phase 1. That really confused me with the Pidgey. Is it because I went into the zone? Does it cancel the catch? I actually think that might be why. Hello, Moondrop. Hello. Sorry we've not streamed in a few days. Had to get the zone video out. And I'm going to be honest. The wormhole videos did way better than we thought, the shorts. So I had to do like 700 soft resets the other day. And I just didn't have time to stream after that. We'll probably do them live at some point. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Tired. Fair? I mean, it'll be quite early for a lot of people. For me, it's just turned, like, 12:15, 12:15. I would have been live 15 minutes earlier, but I had to deal with a very annoying phone call with customer support, as always. I don't know if there's a company out there that has a good customer support system, honestly. Or maybe, like, Steam support got so far. Yeah. Well, if you've watched the video, German, you can watch it to see all the catches. This is our first, like, 3 zones, with this being the end of the 3rd zone. This is 4 to 5, and then 6 was only 3 or 4 phases. Got very lucky in Zone 6. Not as lucky as Zone 1, obviously, but I don't think we're ever getting that lucky again. Actually, Zone 20 could be. Zone 20, the 2 alphas in the middle, just give us a very good chance. Yeah, it's just... Honestly, the only good support I've ever dealt with is Steam. My account got hacked, got it back in like a day. I think if that had been like Microsoft, I'd have never seen my account again. Oh, actually, yeah, YouTube support might be the worst. I've never had to deal with it, but I hear all the time that, like, someone's account will get banned, and the only way it gets sorted is complaining on Twitter and getting, like, 1,000 likes. If not, it just will not. Which sucks. Like, it's also because of AI automation now. So much AI just auto-flags everything. And it does suck. But I'm hoping we just get the Fletchender in the middle to have this zone done with pretty fast. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd take like an Ordino or something, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I actually can't believe Pidgey was our first shiny. That's so awful. But I'm just going to check. Do we reset anything outside the zone? Okay, yeah, we do reset a Magikarp. And Pidgey won't be spawned back in yet. Okay. That's not bad. Oh, yeah, they used to have a support email, though, did they not? I swear they used to have one in, like, 2018. Maybe a little before that. Turbo controller, so AFK 117. Yeah, Turbo. I have one as well. I'm just not using it for this. I'm banning bench resetting for the challenge, which does make it a lot harder, but it's better for the video. Like, it's kind of boring if I'm just going back and forth on a bench. I get for normal hunting, though. Like, for the daily stuff, I use it all the time, because if I'm doing something, it's the best way to hunt. Which, by the way, our new short should have came out a couple minutes ago. If anyone wants to go comment one. Thank you for the support past few days. If you didn't know and you're somewhat new, we hit 1,000 subs about 3 weeks ago, and we are halfway to 2,000 almost. So, yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks. I mean, really, the ultra wormholes are the reason. I think we gained about 250 in the past 2 days, which is just insane. But, yeah, I'm glad they've done well. I'm not looking forward to how many resets. Let's see, how many soft resets am I having to do after stream today? So far, 423. That's not bad. I think yesterday was more, right? It was like 690. Thing is, I'm glad I did yesterday's when I did, because if I'd left it more time, it's at 1.2k now. Which I think would have been odds, right? I swear ultra wormholes are like 1 in 1,040 or something. Also, what do y'all think if there was Kanto, Mr. Mime, Evo called Mime Sir? Oh, yeah, that could be kind of hard. I feel like that's something they could do. Senior, sorry. But, yeah. Yeah, I could see it. I really want Lapras to get... I know it got Gigantamax. I'd love a regional Lapras. Like a convergent form with a different... Like a pre-evolution, maybe. That'd be so sick. Oh, I am not going near that. Big ice cream. But I would really like more, like, Gen 4 regionals, I think. I know we got PLA, but they didn't... They kind of just did every other region gets a regional form. I guess maybe unless you consider Sneasel's evolution, but... I mean, Sneasel isn't actually from Sinnoh, Weavile is. I don't know, I'm trying to think of, like, an evolution line I want to get something. Obviously, you have to factor in, like, Sinnoh got a lot of Megas. So there's that. I can't really complain. My favorite Pokemon got something in Zeo, so... I guess Unova really would need to get more. What do we think, though? Like, do you think Winds and Waves is going to be, like, 400 in the decks again? Or do you think they'll go Black and White style and kind of just do only new Pokemon? I could see them doing either, and I don't think we're really going to get confirmation for that until the games are out. Like, obviously, we already know that there are returning Pokemon in the game, but I reckon it'll be somewhat like Paldea, where Paldea got, like, 150, right? Maybe not quite that much. It got, like, over 100 Pokemon, though. I just don't want them to ever do a region like Kalos again. We didn't get enough Pokemon in that game. And I think it's to do with it being their first 3D game is the reason why we didn't get many. Because, like, Alola had a lot as well. I'm just hoping that the Ruby Sapphire Emerald ports are in a few weeks, because I would love to do my first ever playthrough of Sapphire on stream. I think that'd be really cool. Honestly, though, I debate, like, I was going to consider a shiny only, but I just don't know how long that would take. So, Wailord, Krabby, Love-Disc. Yeah, I agreed, but do you think we'll get, like... I think it will be 400 in the decks, half of them, well, just under half, a new Pokemon. Like 160 to, like, 180. But I don't think we're going to get another trailer until February. Probably. I just can't see it being any longer than that. Did we like the Zone video 1 to 5, if anyone watched it? I know it's not, like, heavily edited, but it's done decently well, so I'm definitely doing a part 2. As we can tell, because I'm live doing this. And we will be doing off-stream stuff. Like, we've started a shiny only off-stream. I'm probably going to keep the whole thing off-stream this time around. Just because, in my opinion, it is, like, the most boring game to stream. So, just not going to do that. Because they thought they could just sub in others with Megas. Oh, yeah, that would be why. That is stupid, though. Thing is, I wouldn't have as big of a problem with it if more Carlos Pokemon, well, any Carlos Pokemon got a Mega in that game, but we didn't get them till now. Like, it's kind of awful. And some odd, yeah, I can agree with that. I think it'll be around half. I'm just hoping it's possible to shiny hunt in that game, like, at the start. Because I really want my first playthrough to be a shiny only. Which is going to suck, like, gameplay-wise, because I might be at the start of the game for the first 8 hours, but hopefully not. And with how Pokemon have been the past, like, 4 years, 5 years, we're probably going to get an early game free shiny or a post-game free shiny, judging by, like, PLA and ZA having them, and SV. So it's very possible. I do think we are stuck with getting DLCs in these games forever now. We're never going to get a game where it just releases and then we get like a remake. I think we'll just get DLCs and maybe a remake by a different company. Or a Legends game. What do you wonder? Mega's a fan service gimmick. How do you fan service someone like Meowstick? It hurts to admit, Barbarical. And they didn't even realise. Even release. Yeah, fair, but I mean, they could have done... Aren't there like 50 Megas, like, in just the first game? Like, not including Auras. They could have at least given, like, 10 Pokemon Megas in Kalos. Very easily. They already gave a lot of pseudo-legendaries and stuff. Like, there are some I'd be willing to trade. Like, there's some Megas I'd be willing to sacrifice. Like, we can get rid of Glalie. I'm sorry if there's any Glalie fans, but I would glad... Oh, actually, was Glalie Auras? I feel like it might have been. Yeah, it might be my bad. I'm pretty sure it was Auras. Regional bird and regional bug. Yeah, I'm really interested in the bird as well. I think probably the next one that will be confirmed is whatever the Pikachu clone is this time around. Because I think Pawmi was the second confirmed mon, not like including the starters as the first. Yeah, you never know though. They could easily swap the format. It's just bug types are not the most popular, but they're very fitting for early routes. So I just don't see a world where they ever don't do them. And bird, they kind of swapped it up in Paldea. Like, we got Wattrel, which was actually kind of unique. And Squawkabilly. What I want, I would like Pokemon to return, but I honestly think I'd prefer if, like, the first island of the game, or however they do it, is just new Pokemon. They're not going to do that, but I would prefer that. Fair enough. I'm a big fan of regional birds. I love Starly, Talo, Not Pidove, Fletchling. Pidgey's alright. Actually, I probably should be nice to Pidgey, if not it's going to be shiny again. And I do not want shiny Pidgey. Oh, that's a big ice cream. Where's that guy going? Yeah, I'm having to leave the sun this time. And the reason Diancie and kind of Grim got them, because they were special ones, and even then they got time to marinate before getting it. Ashgren didn't even exist really before Ultra Sun Ultra Moon. At that point, though, do you not think they could have got them an Ultra Sun Ultra Moon? I know they gave a lot of them to Hoenn Pokemon, but it's just a bit weird for the... Like, it's like if they'd done... I think this was leaked early on into Scarlet and Violet, that they were going to do, like, Terra masks, that certain Pokemon have custom masks when they terrestrialize. I think they scrapped it, or it was false. But if they hadn't given that to any new Pokemon, and also, to counter that, Gigantamax. I know it's not as big of a feature, but a bunch of new Pokemon in that game got Gigantamaxes. Like Centiskorch, Dreadnought, Urshifu's, quite a few others as well. All got them, so why not for Megas? I do think, like, people keep saying they want to see the evolutions before release for Winds and Waves. I fully disagree. Because I think they're never going to show you the evolutions, because that's kind of one of the reveals and the reason to play the game. It's tacked on. Ash Greninja isn't even really a Mega. There was no new Megas in Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Yeah, I know there was none in Ultra Moon. I'm talking about Mega Ruby. I think, Ash Greninja to me is just a form. Like, it's not a Mega. Like, it's the kind of similar to Keldeo, I guess, would be closer to that than Mega Evolution. Keldeo might not be the best example, but it's closer than a Mega. That isn't Pidgey, is it? Oh, no. Yeah, that's the Hippo. Very nice. Another phase. I knew we were going to get Hippopotas eventually. There was no way we were not. Okay, let me... Zone 7. Phase 2. To the other extreme. Yeah, I agree, but I think a middle point's better. Do I think every Carlos Pokemon should have had a Mega? No. But at the very least, the starters and probably Zygarde should have. And don't get me wrong, I think I prefer that they are in ZA. They would not have looked as good as they do in this game in X and Y. X and Y is not a very pretty game, if we're being honest. But it's just weird to me to release a gimmick and just make it nostalgia bait, because that's what it is. Mega Evolutions are just getting Gen 1 fans to play the game, because I remember I was only like 7 or 8 when it released, and I have older family members like aunts and stuff that played Gen 1, and they got on X and Y because they saw like Charizard was a big Pokemon in the game. God, that's funny. That's really weird as well. Like, they really appeal to Gen 1 so much. And I get it, don't get me wrong. Carlos is always going to be the most known generation. There's just no way around it. It doesn't help, though, when they make, like, Pokemon sets that are just Gen 1, and then it's, like, the most expensive packs to buy in a generation, like 151. I really hope, like, I wanted 151 to be like Black Bolt White Flare. Sorry if you don't know the TCG. And it actually was, like, kind of upsetting that it wasn't. Like, I think it would have been so much cooler, especially after seeing Black Bolt, if every Kanto Pokemon had got an art rare, or illustration rare. I don't talk TCG too much, because honestly, like, it's kind of depressing how bad it's gotten. And I've experienced it now. I went to in my country, Smith's, and walked in, and the shelf for Pokemon is actually ransacked. I wasn't going for Pokemon cards, but just awful. Like, it's just upsetting. And thing is, I could be wrong. I think they're selling cards at Worlds, and people are just gonna scalp it. Like, guaranteed. Like, I'm very lucky. I managed to get a 30th ETB that's coming in like a month now, probably. I'll probably rip that for a video. Don't worry though, you know I've got a tank, like, put it into shiny hunting. What we'll probably do is we'll rip 3 packs of 30th, and I've got to hunt every Pokemon I find. Yeah, I fully get that. I get that thought process. I don't think they'll ever do anything like it again, though. Because I think ZA, they made up for it a lot. Like, a lot of the Gen 6 Pokemon have Megas now, and I think most of them are pretty cool. Like, there's not really one I can complain not getting one. People were saying Xerneas and Yveltal. They kind of are just Mega to me, so I don't think they needed them. Zygarde, though, I think fits. Like, that's the only legendary out of the 3 that I would have been like, yeah, that probably needs one. To be honest, I just want more, like, actual Pokemon than forms in games. Like, I'm hoping Winds and Waves, it's gonna have a gimmick, we know it is. because it does so well. And I'm not opposed to a gimmick, but I liked what Scarlet and Violet did when no Pokemon was exempt from the gimmick. Like, every Pokemon should be able to use the new gimmick. It shouldn't be like these 60 specific Pokemon are now really good. Well, I got Megas. The starters, Dragalge, yeah, Barbaracle and Meowstic, like you said. Let me think. There are more. Malamar. Zygarde. I can't think of any more. But I still think that's a reasonable amount. Like, that's enough to me where I'm like, yeah, that's fair. The only one... Like, I see people complain because almost every pseudo has one pre-Gen 6. Except, like, I think it's Hydreigon and Goodra, right? I think they're the only two, off the top of my head. Goodra I can get because it got a Hisuian form, and that makes sense to me. And then we got a Paradox Pokemon for Hydreigon. So I'm fine with it. But would I have liked to see a Mega Goodra? Yeah, but it probably would have just been the Hisuian form anyway. Hello, Pokefreaks. In terms of Mega, also focused hell on Unova, maybe because there was only one Gen 5 Mega before Zeo. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think, honestly, Gen 5 does get kind of left out of a lot of things. But, like, I also get it, because that was probably the... Was it their most controversial gen, or was that Paldea? Like, changes they made was probably Unova. Gameplay was definitely Paldea. But then you have to put Sword and Shield in there because of Dexter. Like, that is part of it. I remember the discourse on National Dex was so funny. I can somewhat get why they wouldn't put National Dex in a game. I don't think National Dex should ever be catchable all in one game, because I think it's too much. But I think every Pokemon should be able to transfer into every game. Personally. Like, I can get when there's, like, bugs. Like, BDSP, you can't transfer Spinder out, I believe, because they messed up. But also, that's probably just... Ilka's never doing a game again, like a full game. Drafted except with Gmax. It was the only non-canon Galadex to get at least one Gmax. Yeah, that is really weird, though. Like, for it to be the only one is odd. I can somewhat get why Gen 4 didn't, because Gen 4 got quite a decent bit of Mega and stuff, and it's normally one of the gens that people prefer just as it is. I've seen a lot of, like, discourse on Twitter, though, trying to call, like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver bad games. What a weird comment. But, like, I think Gen 4 will always be my favourite set of games, including Heart Gold, Soul Silver and Diamond Pearl Platinum. Gen 8 didn't have NetDexes because they just shoved over 3DS models and some didn't look good and they were just lazy. Yeah, I agree. I do, like, honestly, I did probably prefer a lot of the designs of Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, and I can get when doing new models why there's no NetDex. But when they're just porting stuff, that's weird. But I think if they're going to keep the models as is now, I think Winds and Waves is going to have, like, by the time both DLCs are out, probably around 800, maybe a little less. And I think that's just the number they're going to stick with now forever. I think it will be 400 base decks, and then, like, another 150 to 200, maybe 3 to 4 added in DLC. But I don't know, because I'm really hoping they take a lot of development time after Gen 10 to work on the next Legends game and Gen 11. I mean, Gen 11's what, though? Probably 2032, 2033? Probably 32. Really depends. I still think they could do remakes, like normally, not Legends games. But it would have to be a gen that makes sense, and to me, the only one that maybe makes sense in my head is Gen 5 or Gen 7, purely because of the bank shutdown. And they're the games that will not get ported. Like, do we think they're ever going to port DS games? Because, I mean, if Nintendo hasn't done it yet with, like, Switch Online, I don't think it's super likely. I think every Game Boy and Game Boy Advance game will eventually be on, even if it takes forever. But I don't think there'll be more than that. And it's sad, really. I did like the Fire Red and Leaf Green ports, though. I think people complaining about that are overreacting. Really controversial with the removal of megas, nat decks, and some game design stuff like boring writing, difficulty curves, graphics, and the last one I actually don't have a problem with. Yeah, graphics of the game didn't bother me all that much. Megas, I think people were overreacting there, because at the end of the day, do you expect them to port Megas forever? Like, that's just weird to me, because not even every Pokemon that got a Mega was in the base game of that, I swear. So I think the only way that works is if they had every Pokemon, and that's even less likely now with how many have Megas. I do think, though, Megas shouldn't be gone forever now. They should return, not in a main game, but maybe in like a remake or something. Or a spin-off. Like something like Let's Go, where we had the Kanto ones still. But then again, they're probably not going to do a Let's Go game again, because I swear I saw something about Pokopia being like the spiritual successor to Let's Go. Which I can see, because it mentions the rival's name from Let's Go. And I think it's the only game that's ever referenced his name. Which, I think I'm fine with Pokopia being technically a sequel to that. It's not a problem. The only thing I didn't like too much about Pokopia is when you get like late in the game and you're able to destroy stuff really quick, it got a bit laggy for me. Hate the open world battling. I think it's fine. I think ZA does the open world battling a lot better. Would it be as good turn-based? Maybe not. But I think you should just be able to walk up to something with your Pokemon and it just starts the battle. I don't think you should have to like throw a ball, like lock in and throw a ball at it. Obviously, you don't have to do that in ZA. You just start a move, which I think's fine. But I do think Scarlet and Violet didn't quite do it right. We were made to believe with Gen 7 that Megas are mainstay and Megas still are in the game codes. It wasn't really that hard to believe what of Megas forever. I get that, but also like when they're doing new gimmicks, Z moves are very different because they aren't that good, personally. But when they're doing stuff like Gigantamax, I just don't think Megas would fit. And I get why people fought it, but looking at it now, I just don't think it was ever going to happen. I'd be curious, though, if there was ever a conversation about it at Game Freak. Like, I'd love to be like a fly on the wall watching that. So much. I'd love to see that. I imagine it was considered, but probably just purely due to them not wanting to, they didn't. All the codes for every Mons and Megas, even for Mons that are not used, like Steelix, you can port them in. Don't know if Overworld AI or models. Yeah, I've seen they have, like, sprites, though, don't they? I remember seeing that. It was leaked, like, I swear it was before released, was it not? Because someone put a ROM on the internet, like, a week before Scarlet and Violet, and that's where all the buggy stuff happened, because there was no day one patch. Like, the super bugged stuff. Some still in-game, not as much, though. And then I remember seeing all the models leak, because, like, Ash Greninjas was even in there, was it? Well, not models, sprites. Like, the box art. I do think, though, I'd never want a game, unless it is absolutely huge, where every Pokemon spawns. Transfer, fair enough, but I've seen people saying you should be able to catch every Pokemon. I disagree. Because some terrains would be just too much. You have the Shiny Charm, yeah. I'm pretty sure, other than, like, challenge stuff, I have Shiny Charm in every game, including a lot of the 3DS ones. Like, when I'm doing the wormholes in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I do have Charm. It's because it's, like, my childhood copy of Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Not childhood, but, like, probably, like, 2019. I got it a bit later, but I'd played the game, sold the cart, and then got it back. I've had it for a while. Megas were supposed to be in Gen 8 in the Terra leaks. We saw the early versions of the title screen having Megas. Really? Was Gigantamax going to be with them? That's really odd to me that they were actually considering doing both, if so. Like, I can see a world where they were going to put Megas in, but Megas with Gigantamax just feels a little weird. I don't know. Like, I don't think I have anything wrong with it. Oh, thanks for the follow. I kind of forgot I set that up. Yeah, when you subscribe with public thing, and I think on Twitch as well, it will show that notification. Yeah, that's weird. I remember seeing stuff about the Terra leak. I didn't look too much into it, though. It was in Gen 7. Yeah, I guess. But I'm guessing it would have been the same, right? Where you couldn't have a Mega and a Z move. So I'm assuming all Megas wouldn't have been able to Gigantamax, or Dynamax, sorry. I mean, I wouldn't have had a problem with it, don't get me wrong. More features in the game is never an outright bad thing unless they do it poorly. But I think the game's fine as is. But the DLC to me, like, shiny hunting wise especially, saved it. I think not Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, it's not even the odds. They're just, like, not fun. Oh. Nice. Another phase. Green Kakuna, why couldn't that be Alpha, though? Okay, let me quickly document that. That is Zone 7, Phase 3. Okay, I do think we might have went really close to odds there. Because we're probably resetting like 12-ish Pokemon every time. Maybe a little more. Honestly, I could go without them bringing Z-moves back again. They were fun, but I think unless they did Z-moves again in a remake of Sun and Moon, I'd never want them again. And I don't think we're getting a Legends Alola for a long time. Chain of 120, nice! That's quite high. Still need Shiny Kakuna, trying to get a Shiny Living Dex, nice. Obviously I am as well, but do I still have them in the game? Oh no, I transferred them out. I have like a 30 box of Kakuna. If you want to get a lot of Kakuna, bench reset in Wild Zone 18 here, and down here a bunch of Kakuna and Weedle reset, like 6 of them. A Legends of Alola game will 100% have C moves. It is kind of half official announced. We won't get any more remakes. Yeah, I think the only way we get remakes is if it really makes sense. And I don't think it would be Game Freak to do it. I don't think they'd exactly get Ilka to do it again, though. Am I right in thinking, though, BDSP were, like, quite late choices? Like, they were just going to do Arceus, but they weren't sure how it was going to be received, so very late in, they decided to do Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl as well. And I'm going to be honest, can we agree we could have went without that? No problem. It's just a good spot to do the line. Figured it's better to have a place to do it. And you get to reset, like, Alpha Lopunny, Salamence, Swablu, Noibat, Bagon. You reset Trubbish as well. Yeah, I remember seeing that. That really interested me, and you couldn't really tell. I remember I was on someone's stream during that release, and you might remember there was a bug on, like, I think it was release day, where you could physically, it would auto-save you before it happened, and then you'd get bugged into a spot, and you physically had to reset the game. It was, like, super hard, and probably only a couple people ever did it. Like, on purpose. Like, on accident, sorry. Thought we would take it well, PLA. The only game seller in Gen 4 and Gen 4 was so wanted. Honestly, though, can we admit, like, I think Arceus is 10 times better than Brilliant Diamond. I think the Legends games are one of the best things they have ever done. And honestly, as I said before, though, do we think they're going to Alola? Because I think they're going Galar. I think it was leaked. I'm not certain. But I could see them skipping Alola, going Galar. Because I don't think they want to stick to an order. The Gen 4 remakes, even in the 3DS era. Yeah, I remember seeing fake leaks. That was so fun. I didn't have, like, Twitter or anything there, but I remember seeing YouTubers, like, post them and trying to, like, debunk if they're real or not. I think it was a guy with a Sceptile profile picture I think I used to watch that talked about it. Don't know if he does it anymore, though. The only type of content I'm personally not a fan of on YouTube, Pokemon-wise, is people that just inject mystery gift Pokemon from the 3DS into their games and then mass transfer them to the Switch and give them away to their viewers. I think that's just weird, personally. Original intent for Zio, but it was changed later on. Oh! I'm so glad they went with Carlos, because do we think... Like, Galar, they can't really lock it to one city. Lumiose is the center of the map in X and Y. It makes a lot of sense for the game to be locked there. I don't think the city in Galar... Is it like Hammerlock? No, that's the dragon one. I can't remember its name. But I don't think that would have fit being in a city, so it'd have to be more like Arceus than Zio. That's weird. I mean, I'd like them to go back and do Gen 5. I don't think they're going to. I saw, I think it's one of, like, the bigger leakers saying they believe our Gen 5 remakes was Blueberry Academy. If that's the case, that is insane, because what? In no world does Blueberry Academy feel like a Gen 5 remake. Thing is, I'd take ports. If they just port the game, I'd be fine with that. But do not call that game a remake. These kind of feel like a collection of hallways. Yeah, I agree. There's no, like... They're just not as good, personally. And don't get me wrong, Scarlet and Violets are much worse. Scarlet and Violet, I think, had the problem of the towns aren't big enough at some parts. Levincia is probably the only town that's somewhat, like, big to me. The rest are kind of just tiny. And I like them going open world. I think Pokemon was always going to go open world eventually. Because it fits it. But I keep seeing people on, like, social media and stuff. They're like, oh, we should have never swapped from 2D. I hate to say it, but a lot of the older fans, they don't care to play 2D. They care to play their childhood games. Just replay your childhood game. They're always going to stick with 3D now. Could we get a 2D spin-off? Probably, but never a mainline again. Felt like towns. Yeah, but some of them just felt a little small, like, building-wise. I also didn't like that you couldn't enter a lot of buildings. Like, the fact... ZA has the same problem. But I don't like walking into a shop and it just instant's to a menu. I'm just not a fan of that. And I get it saves them a lot of time, but it is a bit lazy. But I can agree, Sword and Shield, off the top of my head, probably has the worst towns. My favourite, like, town and, like, cities are probably in Alola. That isn't a shiny, right? Okay. Just checking. I was pretty sure it wasn't, but you never know. A bit check over here, I haven't in a while. Okay. Nope. Nothing there. Come on. We gotta be due another shiny soon, surely. Pidgey? Nope. No bird. Honestly, if we go the whole time without getting that Fletchinder and we get a random one, I wouldn't be shocked. That is just my luck. I think the only Shalphas we've got off the top of my head actually on stream are 1, 3, and 4. I think 2 and 5 were off stream, 6 was off stream. Actually, no, 5 might have been on stream. I can't remember. But obviously, I can just sit and kind of spam, like, most of the time what I do off stream, I'll just run through the center, run out, and teleport, but I like going around. Oh yeah, sorry. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Sorry, only like played Sun and Moon when they released, and then I've only ever replayed Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, so in my head I always just call them that. That's my bad. Yeah, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. People were saying like it was a pointless thing to do. I think they're so much better than base Sun and Moon. Don't get me wrong, Alola as a region is still really cool in Sun and Moon, but Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon just improves every aspect, especially the post-game. I think the post-game of Sun and Moon was quite boring. And don't get me wrong, like, if Sun and Moon released now, like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon released now on Switch, would the post-game be DLC? Probably. That's how they're gonna work from now on. I swear that same Hippopotas has been alpha way too much. I'm probably just remembering wrong. But like for 5%, the Hippopotas being alpha a lot. Oh, great. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run out this time. My bad. Honestly, what is your most, like, wanted, not remake, Legends game, or, like, another new type of spin-off? I think for me it's gotta be Unova, purely because I feel like it's been overhated for so long, but now I feel like a lot of people see it as their favorite, just because they went back and played it again and realized it's, like, actually a really good game. Region, even. But I can agree, did they go a bit too far? But it was meant to be a hard reset, which I think would have worked if it wasn't so quick. It was not pointless. If not for people would have looked back to Sun and Moon, back to the 3DS area as a whole, like XY, they are cut from the same cloth. Sun and Moon at least got a second chance. Me, I want a Legends Alola, I'm an Alola boy. I fully agree. It's either Unova or Alola for me. Like, one of them two, 100%. I just don't see a world, though, where them two wouldn't be the ones to get it. I feel like Unova, the only reason they won't is because there is the risk that it will just flop. Like, I think for them, it's much more likely to flop than Alola or Galar. Purely because I think Unova still sold okay, but I think online the opinions of it were much worse on release. It was mainly like, I think if you grew up around the release of it, it's very different to people that grew up with Gen 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then played it. Because I think a lot of people, they get attached to Pokemon, and they often want to find that Pokemon in that game again. I personally, since I think Alola, I've been trying to only use either one returning Pokemon on my team or none. I try and use just new Pokemon, which ended up with me having a Mudsdale that was like way OP in Sun and Moon. I didn't even like Mudsdale, I just never found another ground type I liked more than it. I was always a Moon... Like, I played Moon and Ultra Moon. I wasn't a big fan of Solgaleo, whatever one you say. I really don't like this weather. Like, I think Lunala on the 3DS might be the best legendary. Like, 3DS era, I think it's the best new legendary in them games. I think a lot of people will pick Zygarde or Yveltal, but I don't agree, personally. The Nalamore too. Yeah, I think it's just better Pokemon. The Shiny especially, I think its Shiny is so much better than Solgaleo's. Like, I'm not saying Solgaleo's Shiny's bad, it's just worse than it. Like, it's still a good Shiny, don't get me wrong. 100%, it's up there. I think DS era... Ooh, favorite legendary there. That one's hard. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Probably just Dialga, kind of a basic answer. But I played Diamond. Like, Diamond was my first ever game, and then Platinum. So I'm gonna have a bit of favoritism towards it. But I can agree, like, I think Reshiram and Zekrom are sick. I don't know about Switch, what my favorite one would be. It might be Urshifu. Either Urshifu or Chen Pao, probably. Like, I'm not a massive fan of the box arts of, especially Scarlet and Violet. I think Zacian and Zamazenta are cool. I personally went Shield, but I don't mind Koraidon and Miraidon. They just wouldn't ever be in like a top 10 legendary for me. I just didn't quite like how early you got to like see it. Maybe I think it's the main problem. Not see it, but the fact you ride it the whole game is just a bit weird. Even though that's where they introduce the most legends, they're kind of one note, can't. Yeah, I can agree. Like, I can't think of a DS legendary that's like the best for me. I think the mythicals are sick. Like, I think probably mythical-wise, they're some of the best. Like, you've got Victini, Meloetta, Shaman, Manaphy, Darkrai. Like, I think Arceus. I think the mythicals are better than the legendaries in the DS era. I think the only DS one I can somewhat think that, like, I found really cool as a kid was Giratina's origin form. But, like, its alternate form, no. Not a fan of that one. I really liked the Swords of Justice. I think that's what they're called. Cobalion, Virizion, and Terrakion. I think they're fun. But not a fan of the genies. I think that's what they're called. The Tornadus, Thunderous, and Landorus. I always forget that one. Like, they're alright. Not a huge fan. Like, I'm sure most people can agree. But most people's favorite not shiny legendary, just legendary, is typically because it's the one they grew up with. Very often. Not always. But I see most of the time someone's like, oh, this is my favorite. Why? Oh, it's the first ever game I played. And I get that, because I'm similar with Dialga. It's not because I think the design's great. I just have a lot of fond memories of Diamond. Like, I remember trying to figure out chaining for Starly, and my little brain just never understood it then. I probably will go back and reclaim Starly. I want to get my favorite, like, Pokemon of every generation on their games at some point. But it's a little hard. I'm going to definitely do Starly on every game. Purely because I want the origin mark on home for every shiny Starly. So I'll have to breed it in some games, but still cool. Legendary in Diamond Pearl, Black and White, that isn't Hoa Lugia or a big bad dragon, which then did fix by having 3 whole gens without a Dragon Box legend, and then coming back to them with SV. Well, like, Reshiram and Zekrom I'd call a big bad dragon. I just think a lot of people don't rate Reshiram and Zekrom as much, but I think Reshiram especially, to me, I really like. Zekrom, he's cool. Not the best. Like, it's a cool design. You know what really killed them too for me, though? I think I look poorly on them because of their shinies. I don't know, it shouldn't weigh my opinion too much, but I shiny hunt, so I'm gonna care about what the shiny looks like, and they do have some of the worst. At least in my opinion. Sorry, I was just checking something. I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of my favorite in, like, every gen. Gen 1, kind of weird. I really like Articuno. I know a lot of people like Mewtwo. It's cool. I just really liked Articuno. I accidentally found it because I got lost. So, quite nice. And then Gen 2, probably just Ho-Oh. Gen 3, ooh, that one's harder. Wait, was it? I actually didn't know Black Kieran was that bad. That's hilarious. Yeah, I can get why you couldn't take it seriously at that point. Gen 3, my favorite... it's really... Oh, it's Latios. Completely forgot that. Yeah, it's easily Latios. Gen 4 Dialga. Gen 5... Probably Cobalion. Probably... Gen 6... Oh, Xerneas. 7 Lunala. Tapu Finney's close, though. Gen 8, probably Urshifu. Wait, is Urshifu a mythical? I don't think it is, right? I don't think it counts as a mythical. It might. But Gen 9. Gen Pao. Yeah, I think that's probably mine. I really liked Xerneas. Purely because... was it... It might have been like A-Drive or someone else. But I watched them shiny hunt Xerneas in... Ultra Wormholes, I think was when it was first unlocked. Probably. It might have been an ORS, I don't think so. But I remember seeing someone hunt it, and they got it like super early, and I thought it was a beautiful shiny. Like, it's a really cool Pokemon. It's also one of the more unique legendaries. For me, Gen 1, Dodrio, Gen 2, Misdreavus, Gen 3, Flygon, Gen 4, Magnezone, Gen 5, Klingcat, Clang, Barbaracle, Serena, Phalanx, Archaladon, fair. Oh, if we're doing normal Pokemon... Ooh... I'm trying to think. Gen 1 probably... Probably Jolteon. Maybe? Yeah, probably Jolteon. Gen 2, Kingdra. Gen 3... Ooh, Gen 3's hard. Might be Breloom. Breloom or like... No, probably just Breloom. Gen 4, Starly. Obviously, big Starly fan. Gen 5. Oh, God. I'm trying to think. Gen 5... Might be Scolipede. Yeah, I get that, Cards. I get that. Gen 5's hard. Yeah, probably Scolipede. My favorite trainer in that generation, though, is Roxy, if anyone's curious. Gen 6... Oh, who is it in Gen 6? I've never really thought of that. I mean, Meowstic's probably up there. Is it my favorite? Oh, no, Tyrant. Yeah, easily Tyrant. Gen 7, probably Lurantis. Gen 8, can I say none of them? If not, Berserker, actually. I think Berserker's sick. And then Gen 9, Low Kicks. I like that it's somewhat Common Rider. Big fan of that. Like regular Joe Schmoes more. Fair enough. I was just doing my favorite shiny legends. Not shiny legends, legendaries. So I'm so used to saying shiny legendary from them shorts, I've actually gone insane. By the way, another one of them probably isn't going to be out at 6 PM today. Probably later. It depends. If after stream I just get straight to resetting, I can probably hit the number. Because we're at what? 4:30? I'll probably pause that there soon. I normally like to let the short get to like a nice round number likes-wise, and then I pause what I count it at. But if it's taking too long, like yesterday, when it was at 696, I waited like 20 minutes and it hadn't moved. And then I screenshotted it and started. And then like 5 minutes later it went up and I was like, I'm not doing all of that again. Because I know it's going to go to like 701 and then it's a more awkward number. Really though, like, favorite Pokemon-wise, it's always hard for me because very often, like as a kid, I was really dumb when I played Diamond. I'm pretty sure my team was like Infernape and then like 4 Starly and something else. I think it was Bidoof or the Barrel for a HM slave. Even as a kid, I figured out how to use that. But I had 5 Pokeballs at the start, and I just caught the first 5 Pokemon I found. So I then didn't figure out how to use the PC. So I'd probably caught more things, but I just didn't know how to swap them until, like... I probably didn't beat the game with that team, but I would have definitely got to, like, the 6th badge before my cousin probably taught me what to do. Which is bad to admit to. But I just really liked birds as a kid, so Starly was, like, the perfect Pokemon for me. I had to say legends. Zapdos, I can agree, Zapdos is cool. Power, yep. Registeel, fair enough. Heatran, Zekrom, Yveltal, Lunala, Regieleki, Miraidon. Fair enough, that's not a bad list. 2 Steel types back to back as well. I don't know, like, I like a lot of the Gen 4 legends, but I don't know if any of them are like... Like, there had to be top 10 legendaries overall. Gen 4 might not be in there. Pokemon, though, they definitely are. I think probably 2 or 3 Pokemon from Gen 4 are in my top 10 normally. But just legendaries, I'm probably looking at a lot of Gen 7. Probably a lot of Gen, like, 3 and 2 as well. Like, I really like the beasts. Top 10 legendaries is so hard, though, because I can never remember all of them off the top of my head. It is the part I am regretting the most about the Shiny Living Dex, though. Like, to get every shiny legendary before Bank shuts down on the 3DS that I need is not super easy. But, like, really, I could go without Ultra Wormholes, because I mainly just need Poipole, which I will be doing as well. I'd like to have a few originating from the game. Can you hunt the Tapus in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? Because I've never caught them on purpose in case you could, but I never actually bothered to check. Because if you can, I'm probably going to do them as well. I do already have Tapu Bulu, though. Didn't even get it on purpose, I was just doing random Dynamaxes because I was bored and it was the one I got. That isn't a shiny Fletchender, is it? No. Okay. We are just getting quite unlucky now. I'm not shocked, though. My stream luck is always 50-50. I normally get something early on, and then I get nothing. It's why I'm surprised I could suffer through the shiny only of ZA fully on stream, because our luck was bad. No, oh, that sucks. I get it, though. Like, when is the last time they had a legendary unlocked in its release game? Is it Black and White? Because Xerneas and Yveltal were definitely shiny locked in X and Y. And I mean their release game, so like Auras, I think Groudon and Kyogre are still locked, but if they aren't, I wouldn't count them. I can get having new stuff locked. I just don't think the starters at the start screen make sense to me. I've seen reasons, and I just don't think they make a lot of sense. Like, to me, the only one that, like, maybe confused me a little is why the legendaries in Scarlet and Violet were locked in Blueberry. And I get it's because of how encounters work in that game, but if anything, ZA having the way that you can despawn them by walking a certain distance and go back shows that they probably just should have been unlocked and done it that way. It is weird that they only unlocked 5 in this game. I can get the story ones like Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. I guess the mythicals as well. Just like Heatran and a few others are weird. Enough. The last legends who weren't locked were the Swords of Justice and Unova. That's awful. That is awful. So, wait, when was Unova as well? Like 2011? So it's been 15 years. That's actually insane. That's awful. And the thing is as well, we might just not know the legendaries palettes in Winds and Waves, because am I right in thinking the Switch 2 still hasn't been hacked? I'm pretty sure. So there's not going to be like a massive data mine this time around. So unless they reveal them officially, we're just probably not going to see the legendaries for a while. as in the ones you can get before post-game. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I think, personally, you should have been able to shiny hunt the bonus Koraidon and Miraidon you get in Scarlet and Violet. Just me. I can get when there's unique one legendary, but that game outright has two, so I think it should be possible. Oh, the weather's not awful now. Every time I see an alpha, I just hope, but it's never the case. Oh, back to night. Right as the weather got to a nice lighting. Is there going to just be a shiny waiting here for me? Been waiting for like, what, 15 minutes? 10 minutes? I actually have no clue how long the day-night cycle is in this game. Okay, it doesn't look like anything. I'm not shocked. Not even a little bit. Ultra Realm has hyperspaces and DAs. Yeah, that's why I meant only the release game of a legend. Like, for example, Lunala in Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. But once it's in a... I personally think the second a legendary is in a game that isn't its native region, it shouldn't be locked. I can get mythicals somewhat, but like... My example would be Zacian and Zamazenta, when they next return in a game, should not be shiny locked, but they probably will be. Because they'll want to keep people buying Go. Like raid passes. Hooper's Rings and RS. They've got that. No, I actually do remember those, because... Oh, who was it? Oh, whose clip was this? It might have been A-Drive, I think. He went into a ring and encountered a Pokemon, and like first encounter it was shiny. I think it was Palkia. That's the only reason I remember them. I think he just caught a shiny legendary. His stream wanted him to continue. He walked into another ring, and it was just shiny. I think it was A-Drive. I could be wrong. That is the only thing I remember. They would... But honestly, I would replay ORAS right now. It's so fun. I do need to order a physical cartridge for that. I've only got my digital copy. I don't even think ORAS is that expensive. It's only black and white that were awful to purchase. Which is so weird. Personally, I'm never purchasing a Game Boy Advance game, like, not on the Switch, because I'm not... Like, I think... I walked into a store recently, they had Leaf Green at, like, 120. I'm not paying that, ever. That's so much money on a game. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if modern games eventually get to that price range. Like, I think Pokemon... To me, I'm always just going to spend how much they release it for, because I'm always going to play the new game. But I know a lot of people disagree with that, and I shouldn't pay for a game that costs too much. But, like, especially when I'm doing the YouTube stuff, like, if I'm still playing ZA and Winds and Waves release, it's not very good, is it? Like, it's not going to do well. Like, you know, the second Winds and Waves drops, we're probably streaming 12 hours. Maybe a little less. But I will want to get a shiny only out for that game as quick as physically possible. Obviously, I'm not going to rush through the game to do it. But we'll probably do, like, the second we're at 6 shinies, we just steamroll the game. Oh, I guess we won't know what's shiny locked, will we? Oh, that's awful. Yeah, if they can't data mine the game, we're not going to know what Pokemon are shiny locked. Obviously... There will be some very obvious ones, like don't bother hunting the starters or the legendaries. But they could just lock a random Pokemon that we don't even know. Kind of like how Gimmighoul was shiny locked. Until Terrestrial Battles, or Terrestrial Raids, whatever they're called. But, yeah, they could definitely do that. That is bad. Hello, Mr. Spheal. Lovely name. Spheal's very cute. By the way, we are probably on track to have our first short with 30,000 views, so thank you. It's actually kind of crazy, because I think my first 10k was only recently. So it's done very well. Mainly what I can't believe is we only hit 1,000 subs like 3 weeks ago. Fuck the regional bird, we can't be trusted. No, we need the regional bird. Like, they could genuinely, though, just spit on everyone's face and lock every Pokemon, and technically, until like 2 or 3 days in, you wouldn't be able to guarantee that's the case. Because once no one reports about getting a shiny, statistically it's locked. Right, like after a certain amount of time. Feel disappointed to feel wasn't in ZA. You got it in Arceus, though, so I guess that's like somewhat better than nothing. Like, ZA's dex is so small, there were a lot of Pokemon that weren't going to be in. I'm shocked Starly's in the game. It's my favourite Pokemon. I was so happy when it was even in the game, and then I found out I got a Mega, even better. And it deserved it. I did just debate doing a video. It's an awful idea. I was just going to hunt a 100 shiny Starly just for the sake of it. But then I considered the time, and say a shiny Starly in Scarlet and Violet takes me 20 minutes. It's just not worth it. It's just too long. It's like 30 hours. We are going to be doing soon, probably a month, maybe a little less. 100 shinies, 24 hours, Scarlet and Violet. Personally, I think it's impossible. Because I'm probably going to ban duplicates, and once we get to, like, number 40, if we're close to halfway, we're doomed. Favorite new Mega? Do really like Mega Golurk, though. They're both very cool. Golurk deserved it, definitely. I think it's the first time Golurk's got anything. Like, Chandelure was cool as well. I know a lot of people don't like the design, but I'm just happy it got a Mega, even if it's not, like, the best thing ever. Really liked its SIR, though, that it got in the TCG. Very pretty card. Honestly, like, all I care about with the cards is the art. So most of the time I'll just buy, like, Japanese or Korean, because they're normally way cheaper, unless it's, like, a girl trainer. Like, Roxy, my favorite trainer, her SAR, I believe, cost more in Japanese. I didn't do any of the moving, though. Magneton was Clement's ace in X and Y. Clement is the Lumiose City gym leader, and neither him nor the Magneton got in. Yeah, but I also get that, because there wasn't many returning characters, right? Other than Mabel and Elle, who else returns? They just didn't really bring any characters back. Dropped a glass bottle of garlic sauce, now it's oh my god. Have fun dealing with that. That is awful. Yeah, that's not, it's not great. Oh, we're going to end up getting that before anything else, aren't we? If we get shiny Alpha Swirlix before anything, please. I really don't want it. What'd you put, Coz? I didn't see it before you deleted it. I think there's a lot of Pokemon that it's weird they didn't return. I'm pretty sure every Carlosmon returned, though, which makes sense. Yeah, have fun, Mr. Sphere. Hopefully it doesn't take you too long to clean up. Enjoy. I know you won't, but try. I think the gym leader of a city should be in the game when tiling takes place in that city. Yeah, I can agree. And I'm sure if the Terra League had happened after ZA, there's probably reasoning why they didn't return characters. My personal guess is they didn't want to have to age characters up. Like Mabel, they didn't really age her up too much. But for 5 years, a lot of characters would look quite different. And I guess with them blowing up Lumiose Tower, they kind of had to. Like, Clement, to me, it would have been cool for him to be in, but he wouldn't have served much purpose, I don't think. Like, unless I think he could have been the professor, though. Like, I get why it's Mabel, but I think he would have worked as well. It's not like an 100% match, but I wouldn't have a problem with it. honestly, Sycamore not being in the game did shock me. I figured the Professor would be in. What do we think? Do you think the next Legends game will be in the past or just slightly in the future again? I think it honestly could be either. I think certain generations, it's almost guaranteed the future. Like, I don't think... People say they'd want Unova because we'd get to see the One True Dragon. But Arceus isn't, like, thousands of years in the past. Is the original dragon not, like, 2,000 years ago? Like, would it not be way further? I just don't think they'd do that. I also really hope the next one doesn't lock us to a city. Like, I love this game. I would have liked at least a little bit of going out. I know you can do the one thing, but I mean proper, like, going to one of the towns at least. Because X and Y to me was one of my favourite maps. I really liked X and Y, just how it looked. And I know a lot of people don't. I just did. Once again, one of the games I played super early on that was just fun. Oh, nice. Even more mad because I can't shiny hunt Magnemite in every game. Yeah, that sucks. I was really upset when I figured out the only way for me to do Starly is doing eggs in so many games that it just sucks the life out of it. Because it does... Oh, nice. Welcome back. That was pretty quick. Like, when I was doing it and checking every game, I probably just wouldn't count Black and White, to be honest. But I'd have to do eggs in that game. I have to do a 5% hoarding counter in X and Y, or eggs. Or as eggs, and Sun and Moon eggs. But all I want is the origin mark, so I'm probably just going to do the eggs. To be honest. Like, I'm not opposed to it, purely because all I care about is the origin mark, and then I'm probably going to ribbon quest the one from Platinum Modo. How long does ribbon take from DS? I feel like it's not as long as doing, like, Colosseum, right? Because I've watched the... Oh, what's his name? If anyone knows it, please tell me. The guy that did the Scizor ribbon quest. I can't remember his name. I loved that video. That was such a good video. I know it's multiple, but I watched the whole one. Mainline form appears in every mainline game, yet CO just had to be... Yeah, I'm not shocked. I think off the top of my head, other than, like, Let's Go and stuff, obviously, the only game I can't is Sword and Shield, and... I swear there's one more. Is it just Sword and Shield? No, it might just be Sword and Shield and Let's Go. So, like, lucky for me, it's only 2 games, and I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't care less about that game, like, Sword and Shield, because, like, I'm sure eventually we'll get Gen 8 remakes, or a Legends game, and maybe Starly will be in it, maybe it won't be, but it's whatever. I can still get it in, like, what, 6 generations? Sword Shield put in Magnemite DLC. Did it? Oh, yeah, you can get Magneton in Dynamax Adventures, can't you? I'm pretty sure. Actually, maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember ever getting Magneton. Yeah, no, I think I'm wrong. But I can't remember it being in the game, though. Because I remember seeing someone get a shiny one. I think it's from eggs, though. The only egg hunts I've ever done in that game were arguably the biggest waste of time once CA released. I hunted Noibat, Honedge, and... Oh, Sobble and Rowlet, which I got tons of in Scarlet and Violet. and then a ton of the other two in ZA. So it's not a waste because they're still hunts I enjoyed doing. But I'd wish I'd picked Pokemon that maybe weren't as easy to get now. Bridge that has a ton of Magnemites. I do not remember them DLCs very well. I really rushed through that. I still haven't done... I still don't even have a Regieleki and a Regidrago. I don't have the Magina from home. I've never done it. Thing is, I always left them because, like, I might want to shiny hunt them, and I probably will. And I've got 2 saves now of Sword and Shield with shiny charms. So I can actually do both of them. It will take forever, though, because they're locked at 1 in 4,000, right? Even with charm. I think it's like Poipole and Typno and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, where charm doesn't affect their odds. I think most gift Pokemon aren't affected by that. Meg was added in the Isle of Armor. I remember that, I think. Yeah, I was gonna say, if it was Crown Tundra, I think I'd remember it more, but Isle of Armor I can probably remember. Like, I played way more Crown Tundra, like, I've been around the whole map there, whereas Isle of Armor, I kind of, like, rushed for a lot of it. I finished the dex for it, though, because I got the... Is it the Mark Charm you get on that one? I think I have the Mark Charm. Okay, we are actually going way over odds at this point. Surely. I think we're, like, super over odds. Just got Shiny Pinsir. Nice! That's a cool one. Red, blue, and yellow. Am I right in thinking in red, blue, and yellow it's the DVs that determine it's shiny, right? So you have to, like, check that, and then there's a calculator to check if it would be shiny. I think. Yeah, Shiny Pinsir is sick. Personally prefer Shiny Heracross, but both are cool. I was so happy when we got Heracross on our Shiny only. Sadly, it was just so underleveled, there's no way I could have used it in the end of the game. But it was fun. We are going to do that challenge again at some point, but I want to put some type of limit on it. What I was going to do is, Shiny only, I have to only use Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. But I came to the realization the only options in Zone 1 are Pichu, which I wouldn't technically count because I can't get the Raichu stones until DLC. So I have no choice but to just do Mabel's Lab for Pidgey or Weedle, and I already got Weedle in my first playthrough. The DVs, yeah, I thought so. Because am I right in thinking someone managed to get a shiny Mew that way? Because you can get a glitched Mew in that game, I remember. I swear someone got shiny Mew. Or maybe it was something else. It might have been like Articuno. I always thought it was cool that they still allowed Pokemon from that game to turn shiny. Because they definitely could have just not. Very easily. Would have rather get shiny Heracross, but it's like I'm not playing it. Do you have Charm Sphere, or is it just full odds? Because full odds hunting in this game, to me, has been so lucky. Because I didn't have Charm for the whole shiny only, and I think no hunt took more than an hour and a half. Maybe one took 2. But everything else was under like an hour. Which is insane. Hello, Tika. How are you? But yeah, I think when Winds and Waves release, I want to do a really long stream. Obviously, depends what state the channel's at by then. Maybe a 12-hour, maybe more, but it would really depend. Them guys are toasty, I think. Yes, that's it. Also got Shiny Cypher in red, blue, and yellow. That's sick. Yeah, he's really cool. I love his videos. He doesn't post like super frequently, but I get that. To be honest though, I can't think of a Pokemon creator that is like more than monthly. The only reason I can do it currently is because I'm not doing super long-winded videos. This is probably the longest thing I'm doing, but it's split into 4 videos, which makes my life a lot easier. Like, this is going to be 4 weeks, like a month worth of posting. and then the thing I'm doing off stream, the shiny only. So I just don't think it's going to be less than weekly for me for at least the next month. Just never get anything. Last shiny I got was a Pidgey, what flew away because I didn't notice it was that fast. That sucks. Yeah, Charm is good in this game, but it's not always the luckiest thing. Like, look now, I've had like probably a 20 to 25 minute dry spell here of no shiny. Which obviously, you tell a Pokemon fan that before Scarlet and Violet, and they'll have a heart attack, because shiny hunting used to be days, weeks, months. I mean, did it though? Like, before Gen 4, sure, but like, Radar definitely changed that quite a bit for a lot of Pokemon, obviously not all. It does post more than once a month. But is a lot of it in-game stuff? I mean, like Pokemon, where they're playing the games. Like, obviously they can do... He does stuff where he plays the games, right? But he does stuff where he's not as well, I think. That's all I mean. I haven't watched him recently. Yeah, like, a lot of his stuff... I like his stuff, but a lot of it isn't in actual gameplay. I did watch his one recently, though. What's it called? Everyone else's starter Pokemon. That was a good video. Really fun. I think he got pretty much all of it right as well. Really good vid. Like, personally, the creator I probably watch the most at the moment, I've been watching Vandy live quite a bit while doing stuff off stream. A decent bit of Catherine. She was streaming on Twitch more before Worlds. And then I watch a lot of Eternal Radiant. I think he's really cool. Like, if I had to talk Dream Creator to probably do a... Like, not collab, but just it being the same event as is probably Eternal Radiant. I think he's really fun. Like a Yetha. I get it, though, because, like, when you think about it, my editing is awful. And I can admit this. But when you have to shiny hunt, like, for example, a legendary, and it's not an easy hunt, and a lot of them are doing it with one console, it's not the quickest to pump out. And a lot of them have full-time jobs. I'm in the lucky situation where I'm a student, so I've got a lot more free time. Need trade shiny? No thank you. Roger shiny dry. Tips. Do you have charm, Tika? Because that makes a big difference. If you have no charm, it's a bit different. Because if not, I'd suggest getting it. Especially if you have the DLC, it's much easier than it was on release. Which I sadly suffered through. If I knew they were going to do that, I would never have got charm before DLC. But no, I had to sit through 1,000 battles. Awful experience. I'm sure some people understand the suffering. Okay. I feel like it is just going to be Shalpha Kakuna we get. I know my luck. Like, I know it well enough. We're definitely getting that. I'm really questioning how I'm going to do 19. You have charm. Okay. Really, it depends what you want to hunt. If you're doing DLC, I would just do fly spamming. It's genuinely the best method. And then if you want guaranteed shinies, it could be worth it to just grind berries. If you can get level 3 shiny donuts, it's a guaranteed shiny. Cybertron is the only creator I don't want to post more than once a month. Wait, why? Let me have a look. Wait, how come? Why don't you want him to post more than once a month? Is that shiny? Oh. Very nice. Let's go. That's what, phase 4? 5? I've got no clue. Okay, my dry spell has ended. Let me quickly stamp that was phase 4. 7 phase 4. Yeah, hyperspace is easier, 100%. It actually has effects on the Pokemon Champions ladder. Oh, like it actually affects what Pokemon are doing well at the moment. Do people just copy his teams then? Is that why? I really like his thumbnails. They're so nice, and so often as well. Holy. Yeah, I no wonder he has 300k subs. But yeah, I need to play Champions at some point. Because it is a fun game. I just struggle with, once I start picking something up, I normally don't put it down for a while. And I want to still be doing shiny hunting stuff. Like, I'm not going to be a Champions creator, to be honest. I couldn't do it. I'm not that good at Pokemon battling. Like, could I beat someone of my skill level? Most of the time, probably. But the second I'm going against someone that understands stuff a little more than me, I'm never winning. The shiny noise. Oh, I hope you got something good. The one who popularized the Arch plus Sableye combo and M to A. Duo that was hella hard to beat. I actually do remember seeing that. So yeah, he's basically just, like, giving people good team ideas then. It really annoyed me because I wanted to use Megastaraptor no matter what its ability was when it came to ZA. But now I feel like most people know how to counter it, so... Not ZA, Champions. But it just feels like I shouldn't really do it anymore, because I feel like everyone knows how to counter that thing now. Like, it's not a very hard one to get around. I have played a decent bit of Champions, mainly on mobile, though. Not that I can't play it on my Switch, I just find it easier. Like, it's much easier to pick up the game quick if it's on mobile. I don't really transfer Pokemon into that, though. Fletch thing. Yeah, it is better than nothing. Just sad, though, because I think we can all agree almost everyone that has played this game and has actively hunted has too many of that thing. Especially if you're using, like, the Wild Zone free. Like, I feel like everyone could have a shiny alpha of that in a day if they wanted. Not shiny alpha, free shiny alphas for the line. Oh! Another shiny! Vanillite! Why couldn't you be massive? We take that, though. That is actually phase 5 now. Okay, that was really quick that time. That is zone 7, phase 5. I must put phase 56. I really hope we don't have a one that's like 56. If anyone watched the video that released on Wednesday, thoughts, if we have one that goes like 40 phases, like you saw Zone 2, we included all 25 phases, I believe. Would you want me to include every one? Or would you like me to cut it down if we're getting a lot of duplicates? Because I can do either. Just depends what people want. I think it's probably okay to keep it as is, but obviously I will take feedback if anyone has any. The main thing I like about them is I get to do streaming, which I find fun, and then I get to do very minor video editing, which is very nice. But they're still, like, enjoyable, I think. Suicide Lead Raptor for the Uncultured is Choice Scarf plus Final Gambit with max HP. Is Staraptor, like, quite good in there, then, or is it kind of falling off? Because from what I've seen, like, the meta in that game changes so often. Like, I remember I was using such a basic team when I was playing. I literally just ripped someone's team. I've got no creativity. I think I was like decently high ranked. I wasn't like master or anything, but I think I was not that far from it. But that's purely from playtime. It wasn't that I'm good. It's broken. Nice. I know it has contrary, which is always gonna be good. Well, unless its moves are awful. Have they confirmed what Pokemon are going to be releasing, not releasing, but available next in that? I'd imagine not. 18. Wait, no, 19, 19. Because you can get what? Kangaskhan, Eevee, Fairthrow, Clefairy, Dramper. I can't remember the other Pokemon. There's something else, though. Wait, no, I actually got all of them. That's bad. How could I remember that? I don't think you're going to get Sphere in Zone 6. I know you mean the person. I just found it funny. People use Mega Raptor plus Raichu Y or Mega Raptor plus Mega Delphox. That's cool. I really liked Delphox's design. You know, that was so weird to me. I'm shocked they revealed the Kalos starters designs before ZA was out. I thought, if anything, they'd be like one of the only ones to not be revealed, guaranteed. Other than the ZA starters themselves. 6 after, fair. I think 6 to me is probably... Well, you'll see. 6 didn't take many phases, but I think to get my first shiny in Zone 6, it genuinely took like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Look, I can actually check that. Give me a second. Real quick. Let's have a look. Okay, it took me about an hour and 40 minutes to get my first shiny in there. Because I started doing Zone 6 on stream, but I'd already done 30 minutes before and got nothing. And then I did an hour and 10 on stream and got nothing. Well, I got something like really late in, so it's probably like an hour and a half. 1 hour 30. Nice, actually. Let me teleport. Barely. Come on, we just need the Alpha to be shiny. I'll take Fletchinder at this point. I don't even really want it, because that would be Fletchling and Fletchinder. We only need one more to finish the line, then. Set it for Binacle, Feather. Binacle is cool. I really liked using Binacle. I'm pretty sure it was on my first ever XY team. Ooh, maybe second. I played X and Y. I think it was on my Y team and I played X first, because I think I used Tyrant for my first playthrough. You need shiny Binacle, actually. Yeah, go Zone 6 first, then. It's fine, you don't have to do my one first. It's a very cool shiny to get. I think I got both my Binacles in Hyperspace. Maybe I got one in... Zone... Oh no, I got one in Zone 2. That's where I got it. Actually, I think I got like 3 in Zone 2 from the challenge. Like, don't get me wrong, if I used bench resetting, I would genuinely be done in half an hour. There'd be 14 shinies around me. Exaggeration. But the Fletchinder would eventually shine. Just a thing of, I think it's kind of boring. Personally. Like, I just wouldn't want to do it. By the way, thank you once again for the Alpha Part 1 video, because it's at, like, almost 1.5k views, which is just so many. And the shiny only, like, that video is probably going to be my biggest for a while. Unless I can get the Let's Go to one-up it, but I don't think so. I found a YouTube channel the other day. This was so weird. So it's a guy that did I believe a Let's Go Shiny Living Dex. The video has like 700k views or something. And it's his only video ever. Like, that's insane. And it was like 2 years ago. He just posted that, dropped a banger, and left. I just thought it was funny. TP through the zone, then TP back, or what? I'd probably do that. I mean, if you have a turbo controller, there are like 2 sets of benches you can do in there. But really up to you. Bench between zone 6 and 11, yeah, that's normally the one to go for. Like, you can do the other one if you want Houndour or Meditite, but other than that, it's worthless. I think if you go the furthest one as well, you reset a Pansear. Or it might just be a random of the monkeys every time. Just every time I'm there, it's Pansear. No problem. I'm just hoping, like, if we hit 2k relatively soon, sub-wise, I feel like I'm going to give away a big shiny. I need to think what, though. I just bench for the love of the game. Fair. I used to. I only got the turbo controller because of my girlfriend bought me as a gift, so I figured why not use it. But I was doing raw benches for like the first 2 months of the game. It's when the DLC dropped I got the turbo. I just use the 8-bit do one. I don't have like the mega complex turbo. I know some do. Like I watched, I think it's Philly Beats You uses it, and he's got like the whole living dex pretty much. I will be doing another shiny legendary soon as well for a daily video, like probably one of the swords or latties in game. Only thing is, like in wormholes, say so we've got shiny Virizion now. In the wormhole shorts, we're not gonna cut off Virizion. If it appears, I'm still gonna do it that day. Because at the end of the day, I'd still like to have it originating from Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Recommend the turbo controller. If you want to be a bit lazier and be able to hunt while doing other stuff, it's good. But I wouldn't expect it to work in any other game than ZA. I do not think we'll get a bench reset type of method in another game for a while. So it's really only if you want to hunt in ZA. I don't think it will have any use in Winds and Waves. It's still a nice controller. Like, it is basically just a pro controller. Like, it's still nice to use. Like, I prefer this to using my Joy-Cons. Sorry, I hit the mic. That probably made an awful sound. Let me have a drink. My throat's getting dry. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, big Staraptor fan. Honestly, I think I'm not that far off of having every Starly card. I just need a lot of the Diamond and Pearl era ones, and I've got them all. Very hyped for that. I do think eventually, it's going to be a long ways away. If we get to like 10k, I'll probably start just doing streams every day guaranteed with face cam. But I'll wait until we've got like a reasonable number of people in every stream. Like if we start averaging closer to like 10 to 15, we'll probably start doing that. I don't know though. My goal was 10k by Winds and Waves. I don't think that's physically possible. I think that's like... Winds and Waves to me is probably guaranteed next year, but like late next year. Like I've seen people predicting middle of the year release. I just don't think that's happening. Like, what do we think? I think if there's news about Winds and Waves at Worlds, it's more likely the first half of the year. If there's nothing, probably November next year, just guaranteed. Trying to get Shalpha at Bomber Stars, it's one of my favourite mons. Guess I can use Turbo Control for that. Yeah, Zone 12's great for it. I think Zone 12's the zone. I just left it for like 45 to an hour, and there was actually just like 10 shinies around me. It was great. I think everyone has that experience once in ZA, right? Where they do the zone 3 thing for like 30 minutes and then just enjoy the amount of shinies. It gets boring real quick, but it is fun the first time. Wishing you the best of growth from your channel. Thank you. I got a really nice comment today. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry to cut stream real quick. I just want to see if I can find it. It was really nice. So I set a sub goal in the video, and someone put, I legit thought if we get 30 likes was a joke until I realized how underrated you are. I found that really sweet. And I think it has pretty much got there. Yeah, pretty much. But I just thought that was like a really nice comment. Resets the 27%. Yeah, I would imagine as well, cause the only reason it would be earlier in the year is if they're like super confident it's going to sell well. But to me, Winds and Waves, if it had a Switch release as well, it probably would have just been like 35 mil sales straight up. But how many Switch 2 consoles are in circulation? I feel like it's not that many. Let me see. Any Switch 2 consoles have been sold? Let's see. 23. Oh, I didn't know it was that many. Yeah, never mind. They probably are going to break their record. I've finished zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I got 2 bonus Shalphas outside of zone 2, but they didn't count. But yeah, it's like a long amount of... I think we're on like our 6th stream of this, maybe 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6th. But no Shalpha today. Sadly. If anyone is new to the streams and hasn't seen what we've got so far, there is a whole video that released 2 days ago of all the previous zones. It's 18 minutes long. You want to watch it, it's all the clips of all the shinies we got. On my channel. Should be just in the videos section, newest one. Only 23 Switch 2s have been sold. Yeah, 23, sorry, 23 million. Yeah, I mean, by the time Winds and Waves is out, if it's November, a lot of kids, because I imagine they're finally going to do... That's so weird. I imagine they're finally going to do like an actual Switch 2 console with different colors for Winds and Waves. And I imagine a lot of kids and people are going to get that for Christmas or birthdays leading up to it. So my guess is it's probably going to be the biggest selling Pokemon game ever by a large margin. My bad, my bad. If they don't release it on Switch 1, a lot of people would Sphere, it's already confirmed. It's Switch 2. I swear, I don't think they outright said it, but leak-wise, it's practically confirmed. And gameplay-wise, yeah, I can, Eric. There's just chat delay. There's like a 25-second chat delay. Yeah, sorry about delay on stream. Can't really help that. YouTube is just innately worse for streaming. Whenever I stream on Twitch, there's like a 3-4 second delay. But YouTube, it's always like 15 to 25. Mates are cooked, yeah. I think it's a thing, though, of, like... People will complain about the gameplay of Scarlet and Violet, which was clearly capped by the console. Don't get me wrong, it was also poorly optimized. But it did run way better on Switch 2. So, at the end of the day, there's no winning, really. Either way, you're going to suffer with the console doesn't run well, but they're going to get complaints that it should run better. But then when they put it on a console that will make it run better, they get complaints. Yeah, like, the base Switch is fine, but if Winds and Waves has, let's say, 40 Pokemon spawning at a time, the old Switch will just die super quick and will be so choppy. And once again, if you have the Switch and you're not going to buy Winds and Waves because of it, I get it. Because at the end of the day, it's, what, like a $400 console for one game? And I don't think there's that many other games that are Switch 2 exclusive at the moment. But it's not super worth it for a lot of people. Yeah, there's no winning. Like, all Game Freak can do is make the game as good as possible. And if they have to limit it, they have to limit it. Also, let's be honest. Pokemon is popular enough that them making it exclusive is going to up the Switch 2 sales a ton. Like, I imagine by quite a large margin. Gonna ask for Legend CA and the DLC. Nice! CA's really fun. I wouldn't call it my favorite game on the Switch, but it's probably top 3. For me, it's probably Arceus. Ooh, Arceus and then probably Let's Go. I really like Let's Go. A lot of people don't. Sword and Shield's fun. Not a fan of the base game. I like the DLCs a lot more. And then Scarlet and Violet. It's good. Not a perfect game, not a great game. Pure until I realize Sphere isn't in that game either. Is Sphere not? Even in the DLC? Wow, that's awful. Answer so far is the best, which doesn't say much with kind of 2 being out. Yeah, the other one's Kart World, right? Mario Kart World, I think. I imagine they're doing a new Zelda, right? That might be Switch 2 only. Well, not a new one, I swear it's a remake. I remember I watched that Nintendo Direct, I was like, please have Pokemon stuff. And I know there wasn't gonna be, but, you know... Oh, actually there was Pokopia, but other than that, there was nothing. That was what, June? Yeah, I think so. Either June or, like, early July. Let's Go is great. How can people hate it? I think the only reason a lot of people hate it is it's so different and the catching mechanics. I can get not liking them, I just like how the game looks. Like, I think a Let's Go 2 could have improved upon the bad parts and made the good parts even better. Hop on Pokemon Go later because Beldum can spawn in the wild. Oh, nice. What, is it for Spotlight Hour? Or is it something else? I haven't hopped on Go in probably a month now. Saw a Mega Chandelore's probably coming soon, though. I think it was Mega Chandelure I saw. After 10 until the 30th. Nice. Oh, it'll already be spawning for me then. It's like like almost 2 PM for me. You can't do anything about it. Yeah, everyone's gonna complain. Like, you'll see it. People were hating on Sword and Shield for years. And now I see posts on Twitter like, can we finally admit Sword and Shield were underrated? Literally, it's like a cycle. You'll see the same thing for Scarlet and Violet in 2 years. It's just funny. It's really funny. Ah, Fefa. I always forget that's on Thursday. Kinda want to do those new fangled Pawnyard stuff in Violet. Wait, I haven't seen that. Like, Pokemon and Game Freak can never win. There is never a game they will release which will just be generally liked. Because you're always going to have probably more OG fans that don't like when certain Pokemon from Gen 1 aren't in there. Let's be honest, it happens a lot. And then you'll have newer fans that think there's too much of Kanto. And then the gameplay is normally 50-50. So there's just no winning. People, like, ZA is the one I don't get the most. Like, some people have this game as, like, at, like, the bottom of their list. That's weird to me. I get not liking the game, but worst game? No way. It's pretty fun. Spotlight Hour's Mankey. Oh, I'm not that bothered about missing that then. I've already got a decent Annihilate, I'm good. Like, I think, honestly, it always flips, though. If you're on Twitter, you probably shouldn't be if you are. It's an awful app. But I saw recently, people are hating on Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I think they're probably top 3 most well-received games ever. It's just a thing of people like to complain more than, like, say something's good. Like, they'd rather talk about the game they hate than the game they like. Nuzlockers, yeah, fair. Saw someone hating on Pokopia for being too good looking. What's that supposed to mean? Okay, that's silly. I can get not liking that it's switched to exclusive. But I also think it kind of fits being a Switch 2 exclusive, because it is really, like, pretty. Like, it's a very nice game. Like, I think first month of it being out, I probably got a solid 40 hours on it, which isn't too much, but I'm not a massive fan of them types of games, so for me to play that much is quite rare. Like, that game, for me, was quite fun. I more just like the restoring part than building, though. I just like fixing things in games. Like, I used to play a lot of Minecraft and stuff, but I'd just find, like, a broken village and I'd just fix it. Kind of weird. Like, has anyone ever played Pixelmon or Cobblemon? That's how I think a lot of people view what Pokemon should be. Cobblemon, pretty much. They want an open world where the Pokemon are cube. Which is bad. I keep seeing... Has anyone seen that... I think it's Red and Blue. It's like a remake of it. Not remake, but a fan game where you can, like, change the camera angle and stuff. I really don't like how it looks. Ruined the ROM hacking scene. Nerf paired Nuzlockers. We did say ZA is bad because it didn't allow them to use Nuzlocke rules. That's silly. At the end of the day, if you want to do a Nuzlocke, just do it on an older game. You know, it doesn't... Not every game needs to be able to do it. I swear, didn't... It might have not been, like, a director, I swear I saw someone that works with the Pokemon Company said they consider Nuzlocking cheating. Or something like that. It might have been a false statement, but if that's real, that's crazy. Like, I get it's not the point of the game, but it's not cheating. Oh. Like, is it playing the game as intended? No, but we can all be honest, our Pokemon games are a little easy sometimes, yeah. I think Sword and Shield's probably the perfect example of that. I don't think I struggled at a single point of that game. I do think the amount rare candies have become available are part of that. Like, even in Sword and Shield, you could very easily get, like, EXP candy mediums from Dynamax raids. Whereas, like, you play X and Y, there's only a finite amount of rare candies you can get. If not, you have to level on battle. Don't get me wrong, them games are still easy as hell, but not as easy. I'm trying to think. I think the only game I ever struggled with was base Black and White, and that's more I just struggled to pick Pokemon I wanted to use, so I had a very small team still late in. Like, I think I was at the 6th badge and I was still using, like, 4 Pokemon. Which isn't great. Counter Power, Steel, or Dark Sandwich Recipe. I'll have a little look for you real quick. Steel, I'll do Steel. Encounter... Sparkling. Steel. Calculate. 1 cheese, drop 1 piece, 1 peanut butter, and 2 salty Herba Mystica. I think that's the cheapest one. I don't think you can do sparkling powers without at least 2 Herba. Sadly. Also, we will be going, like, in probably like an hour or something. I'll go off live, and then we'll come back on later tonight, probably. Just depends if I end up swapping to doing some Let's Go off stream. I will say this, because I'm not going to tell you what I got. We have already got the first shiny on the Let's Go shiny only. I debated turning it into a badge quest, but then I saw how long it takes, and I was like, I'm good. So we'll be forcing our way on there to beat the second gym to get laws, then we'll go for more shinies. Feels like the DLC for CA gives you too much candies, so much of them, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, I struggle with the same problem. Like 557 XLs, 131 normals. Like, it's just... Like, I have enough. They're out there with you. I saw a Reddit post with them. That's the only one I can see. There is probably fewer, I just can't see it on her. I think it depends on the type. Often there's a lot of types that have cheaper sandwiches, but some types don't. Like, I think grass is one of the cheaper ones. Nothing. I honestly think, though, the the DLC for ZA is quite fun, but I can also agree, is it a bit too grindy at times? Like, if you're not actively shiny hunting, and you just want to beat the DLC, it does take a while. The only reason I didn't struggle is because I was hunting along the way, so a lot of the time, like, the survey tasks and stuff, I was just getting done. Tomato, onion, green pepper, 3 burgers, +2 any herbers. Mine was definitely less ingredients than that, but I guess it's easier because it's any herber. Which I got. Because I'm guessing it's Herba Mystica you're struggling with, right? I hate the grind for Herba Mystica. The fact that DLC didn't add any way to get it was crazy to me. What do you recommend on that? I think Scarlet and Violet are fun. If you've never played them as well, a lot of the newer Pokemon in them games are sick, especially the Paradox Mons. 1 of each and 2 spicy, yeah, that sucks. You can always do the free bell pepper thing, but it's not great. You do the each color of bell pepper, and then it's a certain thing with it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so it's green bell pepper, red pepper, bell pepper, yellow, and then for steel, it's 2 hamburger together, and 2 of any herba, and 2 salt, if it's the same herba mystica. And then that's the type you need. 3, like the number, not free. But yeah, it's 1 of each bell pepper, 2 hamburger, and then it'd be 2 spicy plus 2 salt. Not salty herba, just literally salt. Does that not flow out? Oh. My bad. Is that what? Hippo 2 or Hippo 3? I got no clue at this point. Let's clip that up. That is Zone 7, Phase 6. What do we think? Do I go all 20 phases and go to odds again on this? Yeah. It's fine, easy mistake to make. But yeah, that's the only other way I know how to do it without certain Herba Mystica types. Hippo 3, great. Oh, I can't even teleport. Odds on 6 might move on to 19. Fair. I mean, sometimes you do just get unlucky. Like, look here. How long was that between that hippo and the last one? Probably 20 minutes, maybe a little less. And before that, we had an even bigger drought, before the Kakuna. Thing is, I used to try shiny hunting on X and Y and stuff, so I really do not mind how long stuff takes on this. I don't think there's a single hunt in this game that has taken me longer than an X and Y hunt. Or maybe. Chain fishing in X and Y is really quick. If you can get to a chain of 40 fast, you've got pretty good odds. Does it not go to like 1 in 99 or something? Like chain fishing, I preferred it to the radar in that game, definitely. Friend Safari's fun, but I'm not very lucky with it. I think my last Friend Safari probably took like 2,000 encounters. Which is super unlucky because it's 1 in 500. But it is fun because you can just pick 3 Pokemon and you get 1 of them. Whereas with some, like certain encounters in X and Y with chain fishing, it's pretty much 1 Pokemon. Like with a certain rod, you're like guaranteed like Poliwag or Poliwhirl or something. There's some spots it's a few different ones, but not many. Sorry, I was reading my emails. Nothing important. Well, super important. Oh, yep, not going to run through the middle on the Zordino, rather than not get 1 less encounter every time. I feel like we kind of need to check the Magikarp behind now, right? There's got to be a decent chance that's shiny. Not guaranteed, but... Yep, it is shiny. Yeah, I had a gut feeling. It had been quite a bit. Well, that is another phase, and honestly, I didn't think we'd got more Magikarps after Zone 2, but you never know. Okay, we will clip that up as well. That is Zone 7, Phase 7. That might have been there a while, though, to be honest with you. When we had that massive drought, it was probably there. Just got random shiny Snova while walking through Zone 12. Not shiny mods on 6. Yeah, it's just luck. Sometimes it happens. Or it could have been there a while and you missed it last time you were there. It's not impossible. Happens all the time to me. I found a random shiny, and I was pretty confident it'd been there a while, because I remembered hearing a shiny sound. It was around here, I think. Maybe here. And it ended up being a shiny Ralts, and I'd heard it a few days before. I just... Oh. Well, that was literally 2 minutes after Magikarp. Lovely. That's phase 8. We are gonna go so many phases. At this rate, we're gonna be here a while. Was that not literally like 2 resets after Magikarp? Say Snow. It happens, it's fine. I remember in my shiny only, I like really wanted an ice type, and there's like one Pokemon there that isn't ice, and we got the one that isn't. I wanted to use shiny Mega Frostless, but the game didn't want that. And could I have stayed and hunted it? Yes. I wasn't doing that though. It's way too much effort. Like, we will be doing a shiny only on Let's Go, which should be a more basic one. And then after that, we're moving on to Scarlet and Violet. And yes, we are doing a badge quest, so we need to get 18 shinies before the end of the game. So that's going to be a lot of streams. So I want to finish the zone stuff first. The Let's Go off stream before that. And then right after the zone stuff, we're moving on to Scarlet Vi. Do some recent zone top of 4 against zone 6. Yeah, I think up to 10 shinies save on the map. It might be 9. But very likely, like, even for me, there's probably like 5 around the map somewhere. I just have no clue where they are. Because I reset in such weird spots that sometimes I just don't check every spawn near me. So there's probably a few in some places. I imagine, because I was bench resetting for an Absol around here, where I got the Rolts, so there's probably another one somewhere. Didn't get Absol, by the way. I have Alpha Absol, I just want a normal one. I've only got the Shalpha. Why what's wrong, calls? What, did the sandwich not work? Sorry if it didn't, man. I was just reading it off a sheet. Hey, we're really close to 1.5k. Thank you. I think quite a few have done it on this stream, so I appreciate anyone that has. Very cool. Okay, back to resetting. Trying to get Herbers with a 7-star. Yeah, I just... Honestly, it's not the most ethical. I just go on Twitch and there's raids that drop Herber. If you go on like Scarlet and Violet on Twitch, there's quite a few. Yeah, I'm so I'm wild. I didn't know that. I can show you real quick. I don't mind taking the break. You go to this spot, go round here, up this elevator. You can always go back in the stream and find this again as well. Round here. Keep going round. It's not the most efficient path to there, but this will get us there. On this roof. Up here. And then it spawns on there, up there. I don't know, you might be able to just see it. But if you go on these benches, it resets it. There's an Eevee here as well that can spawn. Don't think it's here right now, though. God, I'm freaking out of a lag. Yeah, that's bad. And then, yeah, Absol should be here. Quite easy to get. I think I've got that shiny once and it was Alpha. So, it's not like the quickest, because at the end of the day it's one Absol resetting, but it's still very possible. I think there's 2 or 3 Absols on the map that spawn, though. Yeah, it's a long one. But as I said, I think certain weather conditions, you reset an Eevee, Absol, and Fletchling as well. Not Absol, Abra and Fletchling. Might be 2 Fletchlings, honestly. And, you know, we all could use more shiny fletchlings, right, guys? I'm trying to jinx myself. I want that fletchender. We're definitely getting another hippo. We have to. Do iron hands on this one. Yeah, that should be doable. I honestly miss... I used to have like 400 Herba Mystica on my account. I've used it all. Like the first few months of the game, I grinded like 400. It's all gone. So you can imagine how much I've hunted. It took forever, by the way. I had to do like 50 raids or something. It was a lot. I did abuse them Magikarp raids that were out recently, though. The 7-star ones. They made my life a little easier. So I think I got like 8 Herba every time. Very useful. I am running low again, though, because for the... not speedruns. The mini-mark hunt ones I've had to use quite a bit. By the way, for the mini-mark series, I have done like... probably like 10 other hunts. I've just not bothered to edit them together. We'll get around to it at some point. Probably. Maybe. Just, I'm going to prioritize the Ultra Wormhole at the moment. It's doing so much better that it's helping growth. Oh. Is that a hippo? That's a shiny hippo. I think that is hippo number 4. Okay, lovely. We love hippo. Let me save that. That's phase 8. No, 9. Even better. We had no phases before stream today, by the way, so that's 9 shinies on stream. That's not bad. Got to change my enhanced turret to fighting. Yeah, fighting would probably do better. What I really liked about the Magikarp raids, I just do the dragon one on repeat, and it was so easy for Chen Pao to beat it. Oh, I missed that. It's so much better when it can be one shot. The problem is when you do like the stream ones though, you normally always get some people that are using just absolute dog teams. Like awful teams. Come on, give me another shiny. Have it be alpha. We're due it, surely. Right, guys? Please? How's it going? Good. How is your day going? We've got like 9 shinies so far. No alpha. But that's how the game is, I guess. Not too far into the DLC. Yeah, sure. Feel free. The DLC is probably just the easiest shiny hunts of all time. And the fact, like, I think pretty much the whole base game is in there makes it so quick. 33 more Pokemon to get my Hisuian Growlithe, but ran Pokemon. I can from home. What? 33 more Pokemon to get my Hisuian Growlithe. Like, you've maxed your home capacity, do you mean? It does suck how much home costs. I also saw they're adding way more capacity for storage soon, so I'm not going to showcase my living decks until then, because I've only organized like the first, like mainly like the first 3 generations that I've got so far. But having more room is going to make it much easier to organize, so I'm just going to wait until that, which should be when Fire Red and Leaf Green are compatible. I still need to finish Fire Red and Leaf Green. I think I got to like the 8th badge and I just didn't bother. Can't even remember my team. Quite bad. Emboar, Gyarados, Shiny Tyranitar, Shiny Dragonite, Shiny Abomasnow, and Mewtwo, all with Megas. Yeah, that's sick. That's a good team. Nice. Did you get enough Herba or no? I still hate this weather. The fog, it's awful. And I'm not getting on the bench, I just don't have the effort. Don't any Pokemon don't have in my Switch 1 and 2 Scarlet Violet. Oh, so you mean like Pokemon that aren't available? Yeah, the locked ones suck. Assyrian Growlithe's one that I need to get still. Honestly, I need to do more Let's Go, not Let's Go, PLA hunting, because there's so many Pokemon that are just going to be quicker in there than Scarlet and Violet, purely because some of them I just can't be asked to find an isolated spot. I found a good isolated spot for Espeon the other day, though. I'm definitely going to be doing that soon. Probably do that for Minimark and Dex. You'll see, though, in a lot of shorts we get duplicates. I normally just include, like... Sometimes shorts, like, I'll get, like, 10 shinies in a day. Sometimes, but I'll split it into 2 shorts. And sometimes, 4 of them will be duplicates, and just all 4 will be in one. Because duplicates just mean less to me. Shiny Pidgey at the end. It's because of what we caught in the start of the zone. I just haven't moved it into her. I normally just always have a free slot. I don't know why, it's just what I like to do. This isn't even close to what my DLC team was, though. I had Shiny Alpha Dragonite, Shiny Staraptor, I think Shiny Blaziken. I ran a Shalpha Squirtle at level 100 because I felt like it. And then I think it was Meowstic's Mega. And I have a Malamar that I swap out. Really like Malamar's Mega. It's so cool. I just put the legendaries in because they make life much easier. Like Kyogre, when you're trying to do Surf to get kills in a hyperspace for the survey tasks, is great. Saves so much time. Okay, do we want to check Magikarp again? I feel like it's probably too soon, though. I mean, Swirlix isn't shiny, at least. Really don't want that shiny. Like, oh wait, nope, we're gonna check Magikarp. Back out. Were there always 2? I don't think there was. I am really excited for Winds and Waves. Sorry to bring it up again. But I'm just hoping that the game is slightly better than Scarlet and Violet story-wise, because I really liked the Titan story in that game. Even the Starfall Street one's okay. It's the gym stuff that just felt really lackluster. I honestly wouldn't be opposed to them doing more like an Alola type, where it's not really gyms. They're probably gonna do gyms, because it's a more popular thing, but I really liked the Island Trial. I thought it was so fun. And this game's very island. Like, it looks like there's a ton of islands in it, honestly. So, I wouldn't be opposed to another Island Trial. Winds and Waves 2, just hoping Spheal's in it. I mean, at the very least, if it's not base game, you've got to remember there's a very, probably almost a guaranteed chance of a DLC. Obviously, there's always the chance they don't do DLC, but let's be honest, they like money, they're gonna do one. Like, they make a lot on them. Like, way too much, honestly. Have they ever confirmed the amount of sales the DLC has got? I doubt it. I feel like that's something they wouldn't want to publicly put out there. Like, I think they're more likely to put out sales of a game, but even then I don't think they say digital. Hello, Mohammed. How are you? Sorry once again to anyone that thinks I'm ignoring them. There is just stream delay. You're on YouTube. If you want less delay, Twitch is the better option. Just delay sucks on her. It is awful. fighting Terra type in my own hands. Lovely. I'm so glad they actually made it so you can change Terras in the game. Imagine if you were stuck with the one you randomly got. Sucks as well when you get like a base Pokemon, and the first stage doesn't have a dual typing, but the evolution does. You're just guaranteed the first type. Not very nice. Has anyone ever got a shiny in the Terra raids? Like, not off like some stream or something. Since we've started picking. Currently, I think I'm a Pompon fan. What's everyone else? For me, it's probably Brout or Pombon. I like the look of Gekwa, but I've, like, since, like, Gen 6, I've not really picked a water type. Like, my picks have always been Squirtle, Cyndaquil, Trico, Turtwig, Oshawott, or Snivy. Very 50-50 on them too. Froakie, Rowlet, Scorbunny, which is the first fire type, and the second fire type I pick. And then Gen 9 I picked Sprig. 4 Iron Hands, that's perfect. Best Violet shiny was from a Terra raid, actually. That's sick. I think mine, probably like 10th shiny in the game, was shiny Serena. I just found a Serena raid, and I was in co-op with my girlfriend, and she wanted it, so we did the raid, and then we got partway in, and we were like, wait, is that shiny? Because you can't really tell with Serena in the raid, but it was, and we both have it now, so that was very cool. Very happy with that. Depends full Evo, because I feel like Brout could have a really cool final Evo. If you're getting the game on release, though, you're probably not going to see the final evolutions. They probably will not leak this time, unless there is an internal leak at Game Freak. They won't leak from, like, the game being early. I'm just going to rip Pombon. If I don't like its evolution, I am just going to abandon it. I mean, to be honest, I'm probably doing a shiny only anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I'll still use it a little. Yeah, four Iron Hands will destroy that. I'd imagine. Well, as long as some idiot doesn't mess up. Okay, I don't think it's anything... Oh, I don't even know what aggroed onto me that time. Trying to get Shalpha Feebas right now, that's a hard one. I just don't very often get Feebas hyperspaces, honestly. Got really bad luck for them. I got one hyperspace for it, picked up both Feebas, and just haven't really had one since. Yeah, that's not shiny. Not shiny, okay. Are there other Pokemon outside the zone I'm not noticing? No, we'll do a lap. Why not? Let's see, are there any, like, down here? Doesn't look like it. I think we're probably not resetting others. That matter, at least. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. That's fine, then. And just keep going. By the way, thank you to anyone that's been watching stuff recently. We are now a fifth of the way to YouTube Partner, which doesn't sound very close, but when you consider I only started back up about a month ago, and even then full-length videos for about 3.5, 4 weeks, it's a big progress. It's very possible. And the requirements, by the way, are a year, so to be a fifth of the way in a month is even better. Well, technically it would be a year, it's more like 5 months because of a change they're doing. So hopefully we get there a bit quicker. I don't even care for monetization. I just want to have, because we are currently making a Discord. So if anyone wants, 3 or 4 days, we'll have a Discord server out, so I'll be able to put stream notifications. You'll be able to vote for stream ideas and stuff. Probably going to have a thing where you can suggest shinies there. They're not necessarily going to get prioritized, but it's much easier for me to find screenshots of your things on Discord. But that will be 3 to 4 days, and I'll just put it on every video description, so if people want to join, they can. 4 iron hands cannons, and yeah, it's got no chance at that point. The only thing with the Discord, I want to make it as safe as possible, so we will have a lot of restrictions. Like, we'll probably have it so you can only use the official invite link and stuff. We'll see, though. It's not fully done yet, so... I've got a friend helping me do it. One thing as well, once we hit YouTube Partner, I'm considering doing like a 12-hour stream. We'll see. But it might be like, when we're really close, we might do a big stream as like a push there. Or it will be for celebrating. It really depends how quick it is. But I'm thinking 12 hours of just doing 100 shinies in 24 hours. Getting crit chained, or... That's unfortunate. I hate Terra battles. Shiny Absol time. Good luck. I really hope you get one. You deserve it. A bird. No Swirlix. How many hippos do we think before an alpha? I'd have liked to get the alpha on stream today, but I'm not gonna, like, stay alive 6 hours to get it if it's gonna take 6 hours. That's the thing. The Let's Go Shiny only, I've got 4 weeks to get it done, so I am not rushing. I want to take my time with that game and not burn out of Let's Go, because I'd like to do more challenges on it. So, we'll be doing the Shiny only for that. Probably will be the week after this challenge finishes, video-wise. Because I think this challenge is going to take 3 or 4 weeks. Because look, we're 6 streams in and we're only on Zone 7. Granted, if I can finish 7 today, we'll start 8 on stream tonight. Hopefully. And then probably just move on to 9 and 10, get them done with as quick as possible. Work on the next video, schedule it. And then 11 to 15 as quick as possible. If we can get them done within a week every time, we'll be fine. Thinking about it now, if I don't get it, I guess I can use the automatic control or whatever it's maybe. Yeah, that is true. That is one of the spots I mainly bought it for. Have Sweet, have a Mystica. Ah, that sucks. Sweet's like the most useful one, is it not? Sweet and Salty, I think, are the 2 most used. Oh. Like for your next hunt, bro. You deserve the Shalpha Hungry Hippo. I'll take any Shalpha at this point. Oh, wait, no, not any. Not any. Nothing outside the zone. To clarify, outside the zone hunts do not count. We had this happen in Zone 2. We got Shalpha Trubbish, and I cut a Shalpha Trubbish because I forgot to put my audio in. But we did actually phase 26 times before the Magikarp. It's just the audio didn't record, so I couldn't include it. But hopefully that doesn't happen to any of the hunts this time. Do another Gambit raid? I mean, if you need the Herba, yeah. And you seem to have beat it somewhat maybe not easily, but you managed to beat it. That's probably worth it. But yeah, we will be live again, what? 7? Yeah, probably about 7 hours after we end. I will schedule that, actually. Now, I'm not going off this second. I'd just like to have it so people can see when I'm next live a bit before I go live. So let me schedule that stream. Also, if you're getting bored of the same thumbnail, I am making more. I just haven't actually put them on. Okay, scheduled for later today. So we'll be live again at 9:30 my time. Okay, let's keep going for now, though. I'd like to at least get 1 or 2 more shinies today. Like on this stream. Remember what progress through the DLC you need to get Mega Golurk? No. Not at all. I feel like I didn't do a lot of the side stuff until after Rayquaza, so I don't really remember. I beat the DLC, then I did some of the side mission stuff, so sorry. I don't think it's too late, though. I think by the time you're at Kyogre and Groudon, you can probably do it. Like, just before Kyogre Groudon, it's probably available. 3 hamburgers would be rough, can't lie. Yeah, it does suck. Sorry, I have to do something real quick. Oh. Are there any, like, ports people are hoping they do? Because, like, obviously, I think we can all agree, if it's not soon, probably during next Pokemon Day, we're getting Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. But do you think they'll port DS games, and if so, what one would you want the most? Another Google, I suppose. Also, how do you make the automatic controller work? Do you need to hook up to anything? What it is, for the 8-bit Do one I use, I think it's called the 8-bit Do Ultimate 2C Bluetooth controller for the Switch. Make sure it's the one for the Switch. You just click, you hold A, and there's a little star button on the controller. You double click that, and it just auto spams A. And then I use a rubber band to hold down on the walking stick to auto do the bench. That's how I do it. It was truly... Yeah, you did mess that up. Holy. It happens. Don't worry. That is funny, though. That's one of the typos of all time. Have we done it? Yep. 1.5k subs. I'm sure we'll drop again in a minute. But thank you to anyone that's subbed. That is actually insane. We've went up about 1,000 subscribers in a month. At this rate, we only need about 10 years for 100k. Let's go. No, I am joking. But we will hopefully get there somewhat soon. Not 100k, but 10k. And then we'll start doing face streams. Which is scary for me. But we will. I think they're better for shorts as well, so kind of what needed. I mean, at this rate, we'll probably be there by like July next year. Probably, no, a little earlier than that. But obviously that's if we keep going at this rate. We could slow down, speed up, you never know. For now though, expect a lot of streams. I do appreciate anyone that's subbed. It's very cool. Like, actually, like, them 2 Ultra Wormhole shorts that got, like, 20k subs probably gained half of our growth in the past 3 weeks, which is just insane. Like, if I hadn't been doing shorts, we probably wouldn't be here. Because the full videos, they do well. They don't really gain subs, though. So thank you. But it's more motivating. The more we gain, the more motivated I am. You know? I've been a stream as long as I have for this one. Thank you, that's really sweet. And obviously, I don't expect to be, like, a massive creator in 2 weeks, you know what I mean? It's a gradual thing, but the growth has been insane. For a lot of people wouldn't have been here last year. It took probably a month last time to gain 100 subs, and it's just been so much crazier this year. It's insane. I took a massive break for mental health and came back way more positive, way more motivated, and clearly it's paid off. So I'm happy we came back, definitely. But yeah, my main goal at the moment, it's a really hard one. In every game physically possible, I want to do a shiny only challenge. That's going to take years, because we have to factor in, like, Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. But We're going to start with the easier games, and as we go along, hopefully we can get to the point where I can afford to buy a second 3DS capture card, and we can do more 3DS streams, because I love the 3DS games, and I would love to do a shiny only on at least 2 or 3 of the games before Bank shuts down. I don't think it's super likely, because it's... Can we admit they should have announced that shutdown, like, a year before? I know they said eventually it would shut down, but not having a date is very different. When the work, put in the hours, yeah? I hate that song, though, can I be honest? It's the fact my little brother used to listen to that, unironically, for like 6 hours of the day. And it just drove me insane. Then again, my family were very prone to doing that, where they'd overplay music. Like, the song I'm the most tired of, probably Dance Monkey. Sorry. Like, I never want to hear that song again, personally. Where did I hear it? I saw a bunch of streamers playing this, like, music quiz game. I think it's called, like, Song Spot or something. And tried it out, and I got that song. I hate it. Really hate it. Yeah, it does. Was it 2020 it was overplayed? It might have been 21. I remember I just couldn't escape it. It was everywhere. Just need to keep resetting. Let's check the carps. Is there any fish? There is a shiny fish. We'll go this side. Okay, that is our second fish, and I believe phase 10. I really didn't think we'd get 3 shinies outside the zone this time round. I didn't know there was that many. But honestly, the chance of getting 2 Magikarp over something in the zone is very bad. Phase 10. Very nice. Okay, so we're halfway to the 5% odds of an alpha. But, obviously that's odds, that does not mean we're getting a shiny alpha, and it could be outside the zone, like Swirlix. Which, luckily, is not shiny. Thank you for not being shiny, actually. Like, I do not want that thing. Like, it's cute, but can we agree we do not need it. Trubbish traumatized me enough. And I didn't even know that was here. Should probably check around the right side. I don't do that too often. Yeah, let's check around here. Don't want Ardito to run. Then that whole spot is a waste. Sorry, just... I can't help it. I see the sparkling items, I need them. I brought my controller thingies. Sorry for asking again, but what's it called? 8-bit do. I'll just type it in chat. But make sure you try and get one that says, like, it works on the Switch. Because they do another one under the same name that only works on a computer. I mean, worst comes to worst, they're on Amazon, so you can always return it. But it's just annoying. Personally, not a big fan of Amazon myself today, but no problem. I'm hoping you can just copy-paste that. Be very convenient. I'm not gonna lie, for like the first year of having this controller, not year, like month, I was calling it the 8-bit diner. I didn't know it was 8-bit do. It's my bad. Okay, nice. We always love when it de-aggroes. Rather not deal with it, honestly. Come on, we need another Shalpha. Hopefully, soon. Wait, one sec. Just checking something. Got a YouTube note. Can you do Starly, please? I don't know if you've done him yet. You know what? That's goated. Asking for that is a good thing. Anyone that asks for Starlight, I'm going to be honest, you have a very high likelihood of me doing that quicker. I will take any excuse to hunt Starlight. I did debate, so, well, not debate, we are doing it. It's just going to be a few months until I actually fully do it all. We're going to be hunting Starly in not this exact order. Platinum, eggs in X and Y, eggs in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Scarvi, Isolated, ZA, Wormhole, not Wormhole, Hyperspace, BDSP Chaining, and PLA just raw looking for it. Maybe Outbreaks, but hopefully we can get that all done relatively soon. That'll be all one video of hunting my favorite shiny in 6 different games. I think it's 6. Yeah, 6 games. No, 7. Even better. But I'm going to buy a plushie for each one I catch. The 6-inch Pokemon Center one, if they come back in stock, because they're out of stock. But hopefully they do. It's not too popular of a Pokemon, so I'm hoping they do. My brain's not working today. No, you need the shiny Shuppet. Very cool, though. You can get I think you can get, like, Rolts around there as well. I got a lot of Rolts while doing Absol. Oh, that's a shiny. Is it? No? Wait, that looked so green. I've been lied to. Oh my god, I've been scammed. No, that is my bad eyes. But still, scam. Alpha Ordino, that's huge. We're gonna get another Magikarp before anything else. I'm actually betting on it. Let's check, is there a carp? No, okay. To clarify, I don't want the fish, but I'm not gonna be like super mad if we get it. Wait, no bird. No Swirlix. And I think nothing else. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it looked really shiny to me as well. I think it was just my eyes. It might have been the back of the wild zone as well that made it look somewhat more green. It's just the one covered in mud. I think it's the female one. Always does look a little more shiny. The oldest trick in the book. Yeah, it's. I didn't mean that. It looked more green, not the pattern. I'm well aware of the gender difference. It just looked somewhat green. It's probably the lighting. I remember though. I saw a lot of clips though of people as kids thinking Hippowdon in Ultra Wormholes was shiny just purely because they've never seen the gender difference. That's funny. Was Hippowdon in Scarlet and Violet? I feel like it wasn't. I don't know. Feels like one that should be. Nothing. Please leave me alone. Nice. Just saves me that little bit of time if they de-aggro. Please get off me. Nice. Honestly, I think we're probably going to go... This could be our longest zone, honestly. Compared to this, Zone 6 was probably worse shiny-wise, but definitely better alpha-wise. Like, phases were way less in Zone 6. Zone 6, by the way, we were so unlucky that we didn't get Baneri or Flaffy or Swablu, and we always went up the roof. The only things we got were Houndour, I think 2 Meditite, and then a Binacle. Might have been 2 Houndour. Oh, that's weird. Both genders. No, no, please. Please, leave me alone. Nothing. Yeah, I've definitely got to leave. Full horde, no shiny. Ah, that sucks. It's awful. No shiny Pidgey, no Swirlix, lovely. As I said, if I can avoid them shinies, gladly. I just can't believe our first one was Pidgey. It's awful. Oh, thanks for joining the channel. Wait, what does that even mean? I have no clue what that even means. I didn't set that up. Yeah, I have no clue what that was. I guess that might mean following. Thank you. Weird. Oh. Oh. Shiny Vanilla. Let's go. Very nice. That is phase 11. Zone 7, phase 11. It's always when I'm doing something. Hunted in the Lysander Cafe. I did some spam portaling and I got shiny Noivern. Yeah, I've done it, I think, twice. Both times I got Noivern, and the second time I got Doublade. I don't know, does the spamming get anything but them two? I think you can get like an Aegislash as well, but I don't know if there's anything else. Is that our first Vanillite? Oh no, second. 2 fish, 2 Vanillite, 5 Hippo. Ugh. Yeah, I'm just gonna teleport now. I don't want to deal with it. Alpha there, 3 Hippo, I'm good. I really want to get a Roselia while here. Roselia or an Ordino, please. We need one of them too. They're one of the like cuter ones we can get her. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that notif meant follow, because we went up 1. I always try and go live when we'll hit a milestone during stream. It's kind of hard to time, though. Like, we could get to 1.9 in, like, a month, but I can't guarantee if we'll go up 50 in a day or 2. It's impossible. Nothing here. Okay, don't think there's anything. No bird. I am getting greedy, but I would love to get an alpha soon. You know? Save me potentially like 5 more hours of hunting. Just have a shiny alpha right now. Please not Magikarp. Thank you. It's getting bad. I'm starting to remember the Pokemon that don't get aggressive. Like, I know it's not too hard to remember, but that means I've played the game quite a lot now. Well, what is my play hours? Oh, I didn't know it was that much. You didn't say 360. That's a lot. I promise you my Scarlet and Violets. I reckon my Scarlet's like 7, and my Violet's probably like 250 to 350. It's probably 1,000 combined. Them games have been out for 4 years this year, though, so not the worst. I reckon a lot of people won't remember that they were 4 years ago. That is weird, though. They don't feel like 4 years ago. Imagine if they'd released during COVID. Oh, I would have loved to see the discourse then. That would have been funny. No thank you. No thank you. Oh, I didn't even have to do that. They already got off me. I'm control on Amazon for about 28 money. Says Nintendo Switch, but I'm really hoping it's not a scam. Shall I get? That sounds around like what my girlfriend paid for mine. And worst comes to worst, by the way, Amazon have pre-refunds. Like, you can just return the item. So if it doesn't work, you can do that. Like, you'll get a full refund as long as you return the controller. Oh, I knew that was alpha, so I was checking if it was shiny. Whenever I see a bigger one with a less noticeable alpha, I always give a quick double take, you know? Especially the hippos, because it's kind of hard to tell at times. And as you see, most of the time I walk past them, it's the shiny sound that tells me they're there. The shiny sound helps a lot. I honestly think, like, the world stuff is going to be cool, but I would be shocked if there's actually any game news outside of maybe Pokopia. Because last year, did we get anything? Oh, we got Mega Dragonite, did we not? That might have been Last Worlds. I think Mega Dragonite was confirmed. But I think at most, if Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald are getting ports, we'll get them confirmed, and that will be it. I don't think we'll get anything more than that. Just guessing, obviously. I don't know. But... yeah, that's why I find it very convenient to buy from Amazon, because very often the returns process is pretty easy. There's the occasional problem, but it's normally with Royal Mail losing the parcel, because they suck. Nothing. I need to remember, I'm just writing something down to remind me to do something tomorrow. Okay, nice. Honestly, I think the zones I'm really dreading are like the 16 to 20. Like, I need to have up to 15 done, I think a week and a half before the video for 16 to 20 come out, because 16 could be quick if we're lucky. I do debate with 16. Do we think it's fair if I teleport to Zone 5 here and check Ampharos every time and leave Zone 5 empty? Does that count as resetting Zone 16 still? What do we think? Because that would make it way quicker. First shiny in ZA. Oh, I think mine was just a Pidgey. Yeah, I was just playing the game and just got a random shiny Pidgey on a lamppost. Random Gyarados mods on 11 out of my team. That's so sick. Yeah, Royal Mail bad. They've been losing parcels for me so much more recently. It's actually, like, incredible how much it's went down. I get it. Like, most of the time, it is just one, like, courier. It's normally one person causing the problem, but still. 2 outbreaks, still no Shinx. That sucks. Oh, that's a big ice cream. Nope, it's not going to let me do that. I'm going to have to leave. Oh, there were so many alphas that time. Watch, and now we'll get a shiny soon, and there'll be no alphas even in the zone. Unless Fletchend does shiny, it is not. What about Magikarp? Nope. Why is there one now? I feel like the second one would have respawned by now. Pidgey? Nope. Nope. By the way, I swear, the Alpha Houndoom in Wild Zone 6 has to be shiny locked for me. I reset in Zone 6 about... I did the 50 to 70 meter thing because I thought I was going insane for like an hour. I have never had that shiny Houndoom shine. Even after I finished Wild Zone 6's alpha, overnight I left my controller resetting and I didn't get a shiny Houndoom. It's actually insane. Shiny. Oh, my bad, my bad. I probably should have autoed that in my head that you didn't mean Shinx. Big Kakuna. Like, as much as I do not want shiny Alpha Kakuna, I'll take it. Probably at the bottom of things I want currently, but... it's resetting. Used it a couple times. Got the Shalpha Ampharos and a Florges. Only spent 7 minutes resetting for both. That's lucky. Very lucky. But my thing is, like, I already got 2 shiny Ampharos while doing it, if you didn't watch the video. In Zone 5, I got 2 Ampharos while doing it that don't count. So, my thought is, I probably will do some normal resetting in 19, 16. Probably for a few hours. If I'm just not getting lucky, I will start doing Zone 5, purely because it will save me time. I do plan on still running around the whole zone every time, so I will be resetting Ampharos. It's just Zone 5. I can teleport to Zone 5, turn around, check all 5 spawns, or like 6 spawns that are there, and leave. Like, it won't be as long at all. But I do want... Like, the whole point of this is to phase quite a bit. If I always got the alpha instantly, I just don't think it'd be as fun. Obviously, if you haven't watched it, watch the first minute of that video. We get a shiny alpha in Zone 1, like, instantly. Stupidly quick. Very funny, though. I wonder, do you think we're at the like goal yet? Yep, we've hit 30 likes. Okay, well, this series is guaranteed weekly for now. And then I'm debating, after this, would people want to see a shiny alpha quest, but in every zone of Arceus? So in every one of the 5 maps, I believe. Might be 6. Maybe not directly after, but soon after. I think that'd be cool. I think I'll do static only as well. No outbreaks. Which will take a while. Because I've not leveled any of them, so I will need to do that firstly. But I will use mass outbreaks to level them, obviously, because Lopunny, for example, I think there's only one that spawns on the entire game. Other than outbreaks. But yeah, that's going to be a long process. Definitely not as quick as this. Like, we'll probably get lucky and one of the zones of that would be done quick. But after that, probably not. But yeah, but I'm going to stay here for now. Your UK time, right? What time are you planning to stream again? Tonight at 9:30, and then should be tomorrow again at 11:30 AM. I just need the, like, 6-ish hours between to do some stuff. So I can't just stream till 9. But yeah, I am UK time. You're actually probably one of my only British people that watch me. Like, I think it's 45% of people watch me are American. And then it's 20% British, so not a small amount, but definitely less. And then, like, Canadians, like, or Canada's, like, 10%. And then a bunch of, like, 4 and unders. We had one person from, like, Uganda, I think, or maybe it was Nigeria or something. That was really surprising. Yeah, of course, of course. And thank you if you do check out the long forms. They're not, just don't expect, like, the highest quality editing. I'm still learning, and it's not going to be a super quick thing, but we are going to be doing a lot of shiny onlys, and that is, like, the best way to practice, probably. Because there's the most I can do in them. I think so far we've got 1 shiny in our Let's Go Shiny Only, and it's 6 hours of recording. So, that's going to be super quick and easy. Right? But yeah, what I plan on doing is we'll do a normal shiny only on Let's Go. Then we'll do a badge quest on Scarvi. Probably a standard shiny only on Arceus. Is that the shiny sound? No, I think I heard something else. I'm pretty confident that wasn't the sound. Sorry, I think it was something that played on my headphones that isn't the game. Yeah, really random. It was literally 1 view as well. I don't know. Weird. Like, I'm not going to complain, I just thought it was funny. I think it's cool, though, how many people from different countries watch me. Because, like, a month ago, the first week I returned, it was pretty much like 80% British. And then slowly it's went more and more American people. And I love talking to American viewers. They're so fun. But it's just funny how different it is. I guess when I think about it, though, as someone that lives in the UK, other than the TCG, I don't actually hear that many people that play the games. Like, older games, yeah, but currently play the newer ones? Not really. Need to get Absol. With the controller, I went out for, like, a meal. I think it took me 2 hours to get back, and it was shiny. But I did get the Eevee before. I think I got Eevee maybe after 30 minutes, and then I think I got phases on Abra and Fletchling. Absol was like the last thing I got, but I got quite unlucky. With Charm, with a bit of luck, probably an hour of resetting. Like, it's not the quickest hunt ever, but I think it is the best Absol spot that I know of. But you can always check on YouTube, that might be better. Just that one spot is the one I found randomly. It's when I still didn't know what was in the game, so I was trying to see if Starly spawned on a roof, but it sadly did not. Happy it was in post-game, though. At least I got it somewhere. Can always get unlucky and not have it in any game. Sword and Shield hurt. I had to use Rookedy. Nah, Corviknight is cool. Corviknight's probably one of the better regional birds. My top 5's obviously Staraptor. Probably Talo/Swellow. I actually quite like Pikipek. Probably the Rookedy line. Probably Fletchling. Like, I'm not a big fan of Hoot Hoot or Pidgey. We don't talk about Dove, and then yeah, that's probably it. Hello, ZZ. Oh, Leon, sorry. How are you? We're currently hunting in Wild Zone 7 for an alpha. We are, I believe, 11 phases in? Yes, 11 phases in. And no Shalpha so far. Hopefully soon, but knowing how this has been going, we're probably going to get 15 other shinies before that. Our worst so far has been technically 26 phases. Actually, with proper recordings, 25 phases for Magikarp in Zone 2. That was not fun. Seeing more people playing Pokemon Go than people playing games. It's a great spot. Probably the easiest one out there. Yeah. It is a really nice spot. But yeah, all I see is TCG fans and Go players. Like, during GoFest, I was walking around with my partner constantly during that day, and we saw quite a few people on their phone and were very obviously playing the game. So it was very cool to actually see people playing it. Yeah, there's TCG stuff all the time that I see. Like, stores, obviously. But it's just weird. But the TCG's different, because it's blown up a lot more recently. Like, obviously, it's always been bigger than the games, in my opinion. Well, not even my opinion, it just has been. But it's been much bigger since, like, the price hike on stuff, scalping and stuff. It sucks, though, because the UK's never been great for getting cards in stores. Like, it's never been super easy to just walk in and find something. But it definitely was easier during Sword and Shield and before than it has been recently. Sorry, I was so confused. I thought that Ekans was wild. I've just realised, we've reset at night just as much as day, and we never get night shinies. Like, I think the only shinies we've got at night haven't been in the zone. And all I got was shiny Riolu. Oh, that sucks. Riolu's still a really cool one to get, though. Like, it's not the worst. I found a spot not that long ago that I just call the Noibat Printer. I find it very funny. If you fly in the air at a certain spot in the top right of the map, it just prints Noibats, and then you can fly away, come back, and it's just more Noibats. It's so funny. I love it. Oh, that's a shiny, and we were talking about the printer. That's great for the video. Please subscribe if you're watching this. Okay, I had to get that in there, you know. Anyway, that's phase 12. Lovely. Doing Drop Pokemon Go, but people in my community are kind of rude to us. And on the Mega Raid days, they put their lobbies on private. That's so weird. My local community ambassador, I've never been to it, but from what I read, they're probably one of the nicer ones in the country. Because I've seen some, like, awful ones, kind of like yours. They need to be the host every time, or they get, like, angry. Which is like, does it matter that much? Especially in, like, a big city, I don't think community ambassadors matter as much, because as long as you're going to a somewhat popular area, there are going to be people raiding. Maybe not a ton. I imagine it's different for America, though, because the player base there is much bigger. Like, the UK, I remember, like, 2016, it was very fun to play, because it was almost impossible to, even a small area, to find people not playing. But around the time Raids actually released, it really started drying up player-wise here. I feel like it made a resurgence like 2 years ago, though. Maybe a year when Scopely bought. Yeah, I think that's when people started hopping back on, actually. Hearing Niantic no longer control it. Also, making GoFest free was such a good idea. Amazing idea. Yeah, it's weird. It's not normal, because at the end of the day, you're all there to catch Pokemon in a phone game. Like, it's not like they're any better than you. Just weird. Like, being, I guess, snobby, kind of, about Pokemon Go is just a bit weird. Oh, that's Shiny Roselia, and it's night. Oh. Can we please, It's gonna despawn, right? We have to swap it back to day. Okay, this one time we're using it. Oh, wait. Wait, no. Is that not it? Is that just the Shiny Roselia? Okay. Unless there were two. No, probably not. Probably. We'll reset today anyway. But that is phase 13. Zone 7, phase 13. Lovely. We really want to go 8 more phases. 2016 Pokemon Go was really fun. Met so much awesome people. I've kind of moved away. I stopped playing. Yeah, I experienced the same thing. And I lived in a little village, but my parents would take me to the closest town, and it was literally like you go to the park, it's like 40 people playing the game on the weekend. It was insane. 2016 Pokemon Go, though, might just be the best era of, like, being a Pokemon fan. I don't know if it's possible to beat it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the Shiny Roselia. Yeah, it just moved position. Okay. Okay, we didn't really need to reset the time of day. Not like it matters. Just means no shut it. Yeah, it is just a game. It's weird. Like, it's when, I don't know if you ever saw the, Central, is it? No, not Times Square. They gave, a bunch of community ambassadors and invitees and content creators, invites, and they got a free 100 IV Mewtwo. I know we got that now, but we wouldn't have if people hadn't cried about it. I think at the end of the day, like, just let people enjoy that they got to go something unique. I don't think someone getting an 100 IV Mewtwo is that big of a deal. Like, yes, it was guaranteed, and it sucks that it wasn't worldwide, but I don't think it was that big of a deal. Wait, is Riolu not a 50-50 split? I thought Riolu was 50-50. Is it 25-75 or the 12.5? It's just weird. I think there's always going to be people that are, like, for example, full odds hunters in, like, DS era games. You see a lot of them complain that shinies are too easy now. And while I agree, they are very easy. I don't think you need to put someone down for not hunting full odds. And there's not many that do that, but there are a very few. And I think outright saying, like, I get as well that they get a lot of, like, stick for, like, they'll hunt a shiny for months. That will be available now, easier. And they'll get a comment like, oh, I hunted this on Scarlet and Violet in 30 minutes. And I get when they get mad then, because that is different. But it's not like the shiny is innately worth more. It's just worth more to them, and I get that. Has a higher chance of being male. I don't know about how much, though. It might be like 25, 75. I doubt it's starter amounts. Because starters are like 12.5 to 87.5, right? Like 1 in 8, I think. I know they're quite rare. Oh, you want to know the worst shiny I ever went for? Obviously, I have to do this again now, because my living deck's reset. I debated doing something, by the way. Tell me if you like the sound of this. If I don't finish the living decks by 10k subs, I have to hard reset it. That does sound awful, though. Like, I have to hard reset, I have to get them all again. What do we think? Oh, my bad. I need to realise that giving away good things isn't the end of the day. Plus, surely if the guaranteed hundo had a special background, you know it's less valuable. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if it had been a hundo Mewtwo, and it didn't have a background, and it just blended in, to me it would have actually been worse, because someone that's actively done 40 raids for their hundo Mewtwo, it would look the exact same. But now you know, oh, you have a hundo Mewtwo? Oh, but it's got the background, so it's guaranteed. Same with the new one. Like, I have a hundo Mewtwo that I got during GoFest. Sadly, it didn't have the background. But I know in my head that that says it's from GoFest, so it's always going to mean more to me than the free 100 IV I got a week ago. Okay, that really bugged out there. That's funny. What's in a guy with an Umbreon? Ooh. I mean, the Umbreon can help if it's actually using Screech, but if it's not very useful. Like, I get not having a Pokemon built, but you probably shouldn't be going into the raids. Or just, like, genuinely, to build an Iron Hands, even if it's not fully the correct build, 30 minutes, maybe. And even if you're Scarlet exclusive, it's not that hard to get someone to trade. Really? Oh, wow, it's the same as the starters. That's crazy. I would have never guessed it had the starter odds. That's kind of awful, but I also kind of like it. I don't know. Like, someone pointed out the other day, you can probably see it, I think it was 2 days ago on the shorts. We got a girl Froakie, and I didn't even notice. I actually didn't see it. And it's 50, but the guaranteed one I didn't bother. Yeah. Like, I think mine's at 40. I'm very close XL candy-wise, I just didn't do quite enough raids, so I'll have to do the XLs over time through Rare Candy XLs. But I'll always care more about the hundo I got naturally. I didn't get a shiny that whole time, by the way. I did like 40 raids. All free, by the way, but just sucks. My luck during GoFest was bad. I got like almost no backgrounds, almost no shinies, and it was just bad luck. Scarlet, use Koraidon. Oh yeah, true. I completely forgot Koraidon's good. Is that shiny, please? Oh. I knew it wasn't, but you know, I can be desperate enough to check. It should have been shiny though. Should have been. Please don't be Magikarp. Okay, I swear there used to be 2 of that there. Maybe when it's raining or something? I don't know. It's weird. By the way, to be honest, I haven't made a short for tomorrow. I've done some hunts. I just haven't made it. So I think I still need to do a subscriber hunt. So I will be doing... If you're ever curious how I do it, I have a list of about, I think, 48 shinies at the moment that people have suggested. And then there's a screenshot of the comment that the person has put. I don't go in order. I just kind of scroll through and I go, yeah, that one looks fun. That one. So if you're ever wondering, like, oh, I suggested 2 weeks ago and my shiny hasn't been done, it's nothing against you. Sometimes I just kind of don't scroll enough and don't see it. I do plan on setting up a random thing for it eventually. It's just kind of hard when I think I'm averaging like 10 suggestions a day. So, not the easiest to keep up with. It's probably more than 48, I probably just haven't put them all on there. But like yesterday, to be honest, today's one, I prioritized someone that's been watching us for a year. I also had the hunt done already, so it wasn't me actually hunting for him, it was just putting his name on it. But still very cool. It was the Fennekin that was today. I'm pretty sure it was today. That or I just spoiled tomorrow's short. One or the other. Let's see, what's the wormhole on it now? How many resets am I doing after stream today? 470, that's not bad. That's like, what, an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe? And that's while I do other stuff. Not bad at all. Nope. I'm not getting aggroed on. I refuse. Someone just suggested Latios and Latias. That feels kind of cruel. By the way, do we think it's okay to do like a joke short on the dailies? Because I was going to do a short, and the whole thing was just going to be Magikarp. Would people be mad at that, or do you think that's funny? Because I do have the script for it done, I just don't want people to, like, get actually angry. Because obviously, people are waiting for me to do their suggestions, so I think as compensation I'll do 2 suggestions the next day. But it would be funny. I won't tell you what day it's done, but it will be done. Probably. Just checking something. Okay, nice. We are guaranteed 1.5k now. We shouldn't drop 6 subs. Okay, I think I'm gonna end to go and get some lunch. I know it's kind of late for that, but still. We will continue Zone 6 tonight. I might do a quick hour of it off stream if we finish it onto Zone 8. Sorry, not 6. I meant 7. You know what I mean. Other than that, though, we'll end for the day. Thanks for watching. If you want, go check out one of our VODs or long forms. We'll be live again in 6 hours and 4 minutes. Go click remind me on that stream in my live tab. Bye-bye. Have a good rest of your days.